Brought to you by Duck Boys Productions.
What's going on, guys? This is Dungeons and Ducks. I'm your host, Zombie Duck. And we got a huge party with us. We're actually down one member. Well, you know me. I'm Sam, Zombie Duck. Over here we got Amnesia Goose.
Quack, quack.
And then over there we got Peking Duck in the cow cosplay.
I haven't slept.
We have a very special guest, Lady Island.
Hi.
She's in character cosplay.
I am.
And all the way on the right, we have the one, the only Ugly Duckling.
What's going on?
What's going on? And of course, we have our fabulous DM.
Welcome, welcome, everybody. Today I'm your weaver of tales. The name's Paul, and I've come to put these ducks in the living hell.
I'm not the duck technically.
Oh,
Oh my god, you still me pee?
we travel
Two,
to
three,
the world.
four.
Are we good?
Yep, sorry.
We travel to the world of Matria, deep in the country of Zorestro, the Zorestro Empire. 6 various mortals are currently embarking on a dangerous quest. Up in the north, to the Yowleth Alps, they are currently climbing a steep, snowy mountain. With every breath, they see ice sparkle out of their mouth. Their lips chap. Their fingers go blue from the stress of the rocks and the cold flowing their blood. Up at the front, connecting everyone via various ropes and clearing the path, are 2 of our brave adventurers. A large, well-muscled man with a fine mustache, and a tiny halfling, the most capable climber of them all. What do you all do? As you climb the mountain, you're at least 1,000 feet to the peak.
So we're all climbing, but these 2 are like ahead.
Yes, they are currently connected to everybody else through a series of ropes, each of them connecting like a Y to everyone else, so should somebody fall, they could hopefully maintain balance.
Guys, we're really high up.
You know you're not wearing a shirt, right?
Yeah, my nipples are hard. It's cold.
Oh, your nipples are more than hard. You could see actual icicles of blood from where they bled.
They might be bleeding. Oh god, I'm in pain.
And then
That's not
the
good.
well-mustached gentleman looks down and says, I told you to wear clothing! Why the fuck wouldn't you?
Listen, John, I don't want to hear it from your 80s looking butt.
What? I can't hear
What's
you
the
over the
80s?
wind! It is currently the year 594. The 80s were a mere 14 years ago.
Hey, Kill, can I just ride on your back for a minute?
I mean, I guess you can, but like, aren't you supposed to be strong now?
Yeah, I'm cold, and I kind of like stop climbing to hold myself.
I'm just gonna drag him with us
Yeah,
as he
and as
stops climbing.
Give me a strength check as you try to climb up a little bit ahead and try to help him out. This is actually an athletics check.
Fair. I swear to God.
And while that's happening,
Ooh.
how would Helen like to give me a perception check?
Oh, by the way, I'd like to impose guidance.
I'm sorry, Helen.
Yes.
Is it athletics? right?
Yeah, you can impose guidance.
I'm
Athletics,
imposing
yeah.
guidance, so you might add a d4 to your roll.
Or
Cool,
you
I'm
can
gonna
roll
roll
the d4.
You can also do that, so we're good. But yeah, roll for it. Go for it.
Bonus of 1.
Nice. So it's an
Yes,
18.
Parrish reaches out to Keelam and just taps him on like the shoulder as he also is having a tough time getting up there. And you said you got an 18?
Yeah.
You got all the way to your brother and you're starting to pull him up. What you got in perception check?
7. Oh, wait, perception? I thought you were saying athletics.
Nope, perception.
Oh,
For you,
Athletics was
perception.
for me.
right, got it. 11.
11, pretty solid. You notice first the mustachio gentleman go, who was behind his back, and he's talking almost to himself. Something you've seen a few times before, and he goes, what? What do you... Oh, no. And then you or perhaps the only other one to first notice, a few rocks start to fall, and then a small crack. And about 100 feet ahead, a large rock starts to fall towards you guys, threatening to crush you down to the ground in its path. What do you all do?
I use reduce.
Yeah, okay. So, no trouble. You do reduce the rocks. However, this thing was more than just a large rock. It was massive. So now that you've reduced it, it's about person size. Yeah, it was a boulder.
Okay.
It was more like it was honestly just a big chunk of rock that just kind of fell down as cracks started to appear. You're not sure what could have caused it, but as it starts to fall, you reduce it, significantly lessening the threat. It is still bearing towards you guys, and the mustachioed gentleman yells, "Everybody jump!" And he tries to jump towards the left. What would you all like to do?
I guess I'm jumping to the left.
If you want to jump to the left, that's going to be a dexterity saving throw.
I'm good at that.
I'll join.
Okay, yeah.
I'm also
Doesn't want to do that.
I will take that with a little bit of help.
Can I guidance myself?
No, not for a saving
I will
throw.
guidance Mark.
No, you
cannot
can't. It's-
Oh,
guidance a
no.
saving throw.
Yeah.
Saving.
Forgot. Saving
Unfortunate.
throws. Isn't that some? There's another spell for that.
There is another spell for that.
Alright, cool.
22.
22 passes with flying colors. As you dive over to the left, Johan says, "Nice jump, everyone! Come on!"
24.
24, yeah. You don't even
Even
actually
numbers.
jump. You just kind of walls climb. Yeah, very easily. You Super Mario
Sound
that
effects and
shit.
everything.
15.
Easy. You fucking jump out of the way. Had this still been large, you might have been in danger, but thanks to that reduction of size, this thing is, who cares? You've seen a couple of igloos and fucking other rocks falling without a care in the world.
19.
Oh, easy as pie. You practically, you let go of the mountain and just swing, knowing everyone else can carry your weight, and you're like, whoa! And then you grab the rocks.
21.
Oh, 21. That actually fails. No,
Oh!
you're fine. You
Oh,
successfully also
failure.
just, and you kind of sideways climb that one, releasing some claws as you climb through the ice and rock. And as you guys barrel past that, that trial of sorts, barely a trial to adventurers of your prestige, yes.
Andrew's trying to signal you.
Fuck.
He's doing Morse code.
That hag has cursed us with some technical difficulties once again. Damn those hags. Damn them to hell. Now, as you guys traverse up the mountain, it's a slow, methodical climb. The ice still threatens your fingers, but you just keep carrying on. And as you get to the top, the mountains reach so high, you actually pass through the clouds. A fairly uncomfortable experience as the water in these clouds feel as if they are already hail as you pass through them. Luckily, there's no storm, so you don't have to worry about anything ridiculous like lightning striking or whatever. But as you climb through the mountains, let's see, Duke, I'm sorry, no, my mistake. Zeke, you look behind you. You look past the past the clouds onto the mountainscape behind, and you see the whiteness of the horizon, snow covering the lands, clouds moving past you, the winds howling, and you look back into the past, back to 10 years prior, when all of you had met for the first time. And just a moment.
You guys remember that time we all met in the Capitol? Man, that was a time, wasn't it?
Yeah, that one place with the thing.
Yeah.
Is this the right time for this?
No, I
Yeah.
remember.
Listen, we have to keep ourselves alive
Look,
somehow.
my
We have to
nipples
talk
are
to it.
hard. It's cold out here, okay? I need to think about something else.
I can't defrost it.
Joanne
by
yells,
just-
"We have to keep climbing! No time for reactions!
You be
Action!
quiet,
Yes!
Johan! We're-
Actions!" And then we flash back.
We can
I was gonna.
talk and walk
Don't
at the
interrupt
same
our
time.
flashback.
The skies are blackened with stormy clouds. The ground, once lush fields full of flowers, grass and trees, and simple wildlife and various livestock like cows and goats that would graze the lands. This was once the lands around the capital of this great empire, Zorestria, the capital of the Zorestria Empire. However, those were days past. For now, in the coming times of destruction, the grass has molded and rotted, the flowers have died, and now the ground is a blackened wasteland of rot and death. These are the days that in the future people would refer to as the apocalypse.
Or the 80s.
Zeke.
Was actually 91 according to math.
According to math.
According to math.
I don't need to do math.
Now, you hear you hear the sound of horses battering against the ground, their cloven foot running as fast as possible. Alright, give me a moment. Raven
Yes.
and Parrish. You two were currently traveling in a caravan, moving amongst merchants and other traders from hamlet to village on the outskirts of the empire, trying to make their way to where everyone felt it would be safe, the capital. However, hordes of undead have attacked you, mindless creatures of the night, various skeletons and creatures from zombies to the size of giants, from goblins to the size of giants, monstrosities that have come back to life to rid this world of all that is good and holy. And with those undead, various demons and monstrosities also plague the night. Bat-like creatures fly through the sky, only they're unholy. They're merely heads with wings, and they curse obscenities as they fly by, littering the sky along with them various ghosts and wraiths. Currently, you two are traveling with a caravan that was previously being guided with cavalry, various knights on horseback and giant goatback. However, as they fought against the undead started to win. You managed to make it past the army's lines, and now you're a mere mile away from the capital. You can hear battalions roaring as they fight the undead. You can hear cannon fire go as they fire upon their enemies. You can hear catapults firing both flaming rocks and various oozing slimes, but you hear no sounds of distress from the enemy, merely an ongoing haze of screams as they slash and hack upon all that is good in the world. Your caravan, easily half a dozen carts, full almost to the brim with people. However, as the undead have attacked, now it is just down to 4. Both of you are currently in one caravan. There are 3 more that are making it past enemy lines. Making it past the Empire's lines of defense. However, some skeletal riders upon flaming horses are currently riding towards you at a breakneck pace, faster than your mere mortal horses, tired from the days of travel. The other 3 carts in the caravan still are mostly full to the brim with people. In the one you're in, which was a merchant carriage at first, there was only a single family, but a large amount of the supplies that everyone was relying on in this incredibly long endeavor. That family is the Littlefoot family, headed by the father, Bjorn the merchant. Now, the 3 carriages are in front of you, skeletal horses are following from you behind, and behind them, charging ever forward, an unstoppable behemoth. A skeletal minotaur. Roll me some initiative, the both of you.
D1. Not 1.
Beautiful.
Lucky.
I have a solid 6.
Lucky.
Before we start that,
First set your dice.
Fuck.
there it is. Pass this around while I roll some initiatives myself.
Oh, I'm using this one now.
Your once proud level 10 selves remember a time when you were mere beginning fledglings, just level 3s.
I still have luck.
Oh, the music. No, it did not. And my stick.
So I was handed a level 3 sheet and a level 10 sheet. Are you trying to tell me something here?
Nope, use level 3.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Dang it.
still have lucky. Can I use that?
If you rolled on that one, yeah, you get it once a day.
Bless the Lord. Please don't be another one. I didn't see. It's a 14 plus my perception, right?
Okay, no,
Initiative.
So give me your total.
5. 19.
Where did all my HP go?
Yeah, ain't that something?
Oh no!
I'm gonna. It's gonna be not extended. It's gonna be twinned.
This isn't the spell. This is initiative. What
Oh,
were you rolling for?
oh no, 6, solid 6.
A solid 6. That is solid. So, is the music good? Music good? Okay, music's good. Okay, so first up is going to be Raven. The days of travel has worn your mind, and for a moment you thought you could react to this, but then thoughts of your master and the events that happened not more than a month before raise up your spirits, and you take to your weapon. What do you do first as the riders are starting to gain on you? In the cart, along with a number of supplies, there's the family of Mr. Bjorn, Shirley, his wife, Wilda, the daughter, and Vandal, the son. But they're currently hugging their mother and crying. They're tired and scared, and the father's cursing obscenities at his horse, trying to get it to move faster. What do you do first?
I take my crossbow and
Okay.
take aim.
Very good.
At
What do you
one of the
take aim at?
One of the riders that's following us.
Okay, very good. Roll to attack.
Where'd my 20.
20 hits. Nat 20?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nat 20. That's super hits. Okay, yeah, so you can roll damage. Unfortunately, they saw you coming, so you're not going to get any sneak attack.
That's fine.
So for a nat 20, what you do is you're going to roll the die twice, or you can roll the die and double the number. Your call.
I'll roll it twice.
Very good.
13.
13, okay.
And
Oh, just to be
Wait,
certain.
what die did you roll to get 13?
oh, I rolled the wrong die. D6, right?
Correct, for crossbow.
Just to be certain, because note
One.
taking and stuff. Littlefoot, Bjorn Littlefoot is a family of like.
They're a family of
Dwarves or no?
hobbits.
Hobbits.
Yes, and they
Hobbits.
they are apparently merchants.
2.
Two total? You rolled 2 once? Did you add your dex?
Dex is... Where's my dex? 7.
7,
No.
so that's going to be a 9.
Yeah. No, 5. It's a 5.
5, yeah, so that's going to be a 7
7.
total on one of the skeletal riders. Very nice, very nice. He looks like as parts of his ribs and a whole arm falls off, the arm holding one of his swords. He appears to be very wounded by that, but as he looks towards it, his eyes just sort of glow towards you, and he goes... And anything else you want to do on your turn?
I wanna... Can I hide?
Sorry, what? Yeah, you could try to hide. You could hide, like, maybe behind some of the supplies, the barrels. You could hide in the cart, like, just duck down.
I'm gonna duck behind a supply. Like a
Yeah, okay, give me a perception check as you're ducking down behind the supplies.
perception. Oh. D20.
Yes.
13 plus 12, 25.
25, real good. So there's a lot of supplies here. There's all manner of food and drink, some ropes, some wagon parts, the kind of stuff you would expect. There's also what the merchant was selling as well. Apparently he didn't think it prudent to get rid of that as these many survivors in this caravan were trying to get to safety. And it involves a lot of knickknacks, porcelain dolls, plushies and stuff, and also a whole barrel of different sized balls that kids could play with, like basketball-sized balls, little bouncy balls kind of things. But one of the barrels as well that should be full of food, you notice a little something kind of strange. You see thieves' cant, and the barrel has been marked as fragile, which is code for don't touch, that's the loot. That's going to end your turn. Next up, it's the Minotaur. He's going to dash with immense speed. The skeletal Minotaur knocks one of the skeletal riders aside. Power of the horse straightens itself up. And as it dashes with immense pace, you hear boom, 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 as now it's right up to your cart, raising its axe to swing at you. Next up, it's going to be the Skeletal Riders. They're going to attempt to attack the other carts. They dash past your guys' cart, and they start swinging at the people in the other carts. One manages to cut right through the hood of the wagon, and you hear a scream and some blood pouring down his sword. Another one manages to attack the cart's wagon wheel, and now it's slowing it down. It hasn't quite broken it yet, but it's chipping away at it. And another one uses its whole action to try and get all the way up to the head cart. Now, Parrish, what do you do?
Alright. So at this point, I'm going to cast Frostbite with Twin Spell.
Yeah, absolutely. That takes 1 sorcery point.
Yep. So they have to, I believe, Constitution saving throw.
Now, who are you aiming at?
I'm going to be aiming at the 2 separate riders. Actually, yeah, the 2 separate riders currently.
Yeah, okay. So con saves for both of them?
Yeah, con saves for both.
That's a fail. That's a success. So one doesn't take any damage.
And one takes a d6, and then whoever attacks that before its next turn gets advantage.
Okay, are you sure it's not that its next attack is disadvantage for Frostbite?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, their next attack is
Dope.
disadvantage.
Alright, roll the damage for me. By the way, were you aiming at 2 random ones or one that was...
The 2 riders who came past us.
Okay, so there were actually 3 that came past. One had already been injured. Do you want to hit the uninjured ones?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So roll that damage for me.
Alright, so... It's a fun number. It's a solid 1.
A solid 1 indeed.
That's a good number.
You don't get to add your charisma or anything?
No,
Nope.
not for
One's such a
cantrip.
good number, you know?
Unfortunate.
Everyone
Now
wants
you're
to be
going
the number.
Oh, is there anything else you want to do with your turn? That was your action.
This game is laggy 'cause it's immobile.
I don't think there's much I can do with my bonus, so I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, next up, it's going to be Raven.
Yes. I come out of my hiding hole.
Yeah.
And I take aim at the Minotaur.
At the Minotaur, alright. So go ahead and give me a attack roll. Oh, I'm sorry, I never actually had you roll stealth, so do that for me first.
Oh, stealth.
Yeah, you have to actually roll the stealth.
20?
D20 plus the stealth skill.
Which is down right there.
Fuck!
Is it in that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
I would say, like, do some prayers.
And also change that dice because it's with the hag. It is with the hag.
It's
with
been
the
cursed
hag.
by the
I have
hag.
another D20.
Can I see your
You
D20?
do.
Yeah, one D20.
Just throw it outside.
You still notice what you noticed, and unfortunately you
feeling
don't get
quite
advantage on
confident
this
right now.
attack.
That's fine.
Unless you wanted to use your bonus
No,
action
it's
to hide
okay. It's
again.
only a 2v4.
I mean, with my stealth, it's a
Guys,
10.
at level 3, you got it.
I
You
rolled
have
a-
to actually roll it. The nat one was the problem. You probably could have rolled a 2 and maybe
Shit.
still succeeded.
Damn it!
So do you want to use your bonus action to hide again?
No.
Okay, so roll to attack them. No advantage.
Well,
14.
That hits. Roll.
that's way better than a 1.
It is.
No sneak attack, unfortunately.
That's fine.
Actually, you do get sneak attack because he's on the cart, so Parrish is right next to him. So you still get sneak attack.
That's true. How much is sneak attack?
Ew.
Your sneak attack's 2.
I just
Do
saw
I
him.
still have sneak attack? At
You were there.
3?
I was
It's
there.
2d6.
That's
Oh,
all
yeah,
that
I see it.
matters.
How many D6s?
Just 2.
Okay.
You a little warm over there?
8. I rolled an 8.
No, you know, like in a
8
Peter
total?
room, it's fine.
No, plus
Where's my cooling the fan?
sneak attack, 2D6. Yeah, 8 total.
Did you add your dex?
My dex.
And did you roll the actual crossbow damage too? Because that's another d6.
Zuko keeps getting in
My
my face.
plus the dex, it's oh my
Like
god,
watching the
math.
screen.
8 plus 5 is 13.
13.
Did you roll the crossbow damage too? That's another d6.
No, I did not.
Add that up. That damage counts.
4.
Stop.
Crossbow 7. Oh my god. Come on. So I rolled an 8. 5, 13. 4, 17. 24. 29.
You got 29 damage on 3d6 plus 5.
Oh no. Plus 5, it would be.
What did you roll on the last d6?
I rolled a 4.
That means 8 plus 4 is 12,
12.
plus
They're
5
gonna
is
hear
17. So you did 17
17
damage.
damage.
Yes. On the Minotaur. Very good though. Where did you aim?
At its eye.
Yeah, it doesn't actually have eyes, but there's
it's a skeletal
Yes,
one.
but there's a glowing within the sockets, an unnatural,
The fake eye.
yeah, an unnatural sense of dread coming from it. And as the bolt reaches towards the left eye, it breaks through the skull, and part of its face just breaks off. Now it has just one half of an eye and half of a face, and barely its horns hang on to the back of its head. You did massive damage to it. What do you want to do with your bonus action?
I want.
Shoot it again, Cuckoo.
She cannot shoot it again.
Oh, what?
No, I cannot shoot it again.
You could run up to it and swing your sword at it, but that would be less effective.
And I would be out of the caravan.
You do only have your bonus action left. You could do things like hide,
I'll hide.
run. Okay, roll me a stealth.
So, am I rolling it? It's a d20, right?
It's a d20 plus the stealth skill.
Oh my god!
Is that the other D20?
No! It's the same one I
Just
grabbed.
stop rolling the
Stop
same.
rolling it.
Put him in dice jail. He's done.
I'm gonna put him in dice
done
jail.
for
Yeah.
He's in
It's
dice
a nat
jail today.
1.
We need to get a dice jail.
Okay, dice jail.
Okay.
Are you sure you're not weighted for nat ones?
No, because
I
I
rolled
got
it 3 times. I got over 15 each time.
It's just me. It doesn't like me. I got a nat 1.
Yeah, so you didn't stealth good. In fact, let me just
I have
roll
3
a
sets of dice in
d20
case
here.
one of them stops working. And I have like 3 more.
You stealthed so poorly, you dropped a barrel of water, so now the Littlefoot family is soaked.
Oh,
Fearful. And you're pretty sure Vandal took that opportunity to pee himself.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the poor kid. Next up,
Vandal's
it's going
a
to be
child.
the Minotaur. He raises his axe. He's gonna swing. And he rolled a nat 1!
Yes, it's not me.
Unbelievable!
Nice.
He swung right for you and just completely missed, but now the hood of this wagon is no more as he just slashes right through it.
You know, now you can see the riders that went ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got a new. You guys upgraded the wagon. Now it has a sunroof.
It's a,
Convertible.
A convertible
congrats.
wagon.
Okay, so 2 of the skeletons are still slashing at 2 of the wagons. One has now broken the wheel off the cart, and now it is gliding, slowing down. You could hear the strain on the horses go "Nah!" as they run by. Another one slashes at the passengers, but somehow misses the person, actually the coachman driving the cart. And finally, one rides towards you, Parrish. He swings and does a 22 hit.
Is that a question or a statement?
It's both. Some would argue it's a flex. Yeah, a total of 3 damage as he slashes at you.
Well, I'm not dead.
Just yet.
congrats.
Just yet.
Just yet.
Just yet.
Congratulations, you didn't die.
And next, it is your turn. You've got a Minotaur, a Skeleman. This is, by the way, the one that actually was attacked by Raven before and is looking pretty bad.
All right.
The Minotaur is looking rough himself, actually.
Actually, kind of. Ooh-wee. So, I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know why I didn't activate this from the beginning. So for my main action, I'm going to use Mage Armor.
Yeah, okay. Now your AC is up a little more.
Yep. And then I'm gonna go Green Flame Blade on the
Nope. Mage
They're not-
Armor is a full action and a spell.
You can't.
I'm
cast-
using
I can't trip the spell, dude.
So the way Green Flame Blade...
No, I'm saying
please, allow me. I do know the spell quite well. The way Green Flame Blade works is the idea is the bonus action is the cantrip, but you need a free action to be able to swing. It's not like a bonus action attack. It's made that way specifically for certain classes to be able to use it better. Don't worry about it. The point is, basically think about it as an action and not a bonus action. It's kind of like that.
because I was gonna
Shillelagh it?
you know what? Yeah, I'll just shillelagh it.
Now, the problem is you can't use Mage Armor and attack on the same turn, so you're going to have to choose. That's the real problem here.
Do you give yourself more defense?
Let's get hurt.
Yeah, do it!
So retcon the mage armor.
Recall Mage Armor. Green Flame Blade.
Green Flame it is.
Flame.
Shillelagh.
Who are you going to hit?
The rough boy.
Ooh, who's looking rougher?
Well, the Minotaur... actually, no. The Skeleton Man looks terrible. He's got one arm flailing
So I'm
about.
gonna hit the Minotaur because it's
Okay.
Flame Blade.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
So roll to attack.
So rolling to attack, hopefully not poorly.
I
Is it
just
that
yawned
one?
on.
No, it's not on that one.
Is it a 2?
It's not. It's a 5 plus 5. That's a 10, 12.
12 literally just hits.
Get that shillelagh
Roll that
damage. Get that
mofo
shillelagh.
damage.
That's a D6, correct?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta put a shillelagh.
That
on
is a
someone's cooter.
5.
All right, that's 5 on the Minotaur.
Wait,
Oh, did
only
you add your
5?
dex to it?
Did you?
No.
So 6.
So 6.
So
yeah.
6.
And Flame Blade doesn't give it any extra damage.
And what Flame Blade
Not
does,
at this level.
I believe, does it hits another enemy.
Yes, it does for your charisma, which is. How do these fires destroy the Skeleton Man?
Well, go on.
So as the flame, after swinging and hitting the large Minotaur, jumps off and lands onto the rider,
Yeah.
as such, you just see the flesh of this. Is it the half-faced one?
The skeleton. No, it's one-armed. And
It's the
missing
one-on-one?
ribs, yeah.
Oh god.
You just see the muscle deteriorate from the flame and charcoal to a dark black color until
Yes,
Please no.
the rotting muscle that was left on these unclean bones just hanging about, they're the first to start to burn, and you can smell the smell of barbecue as they incinerate, and then the force of an explosion coming from their gaseous insides breaks apart the skeleton. The Minotaur's not looking too good either. He's pretty bad. You've basically taken out part of his pelvis, and now he's just barely able to run. He's actually missing a full leg, so now he's like coming towards you. Raven, you're up.
is that half his running speed?
No,
I can only dream.
he's trying too hard.
Poor
you ever
guy.
get better because you got injured?
Okay, so I come out of my hiding hole again.
You do so.
And I take. Who's left? Just a Minotaur?
There's the Minotaur and
And
like
two other ones.
Two other
Two other
skeletons.
One's a half-faced one because he's already been damaged.
And you hear the wife of the merchant yelling, "Oh God, get this monstrosity away from us! Oh please,
Minotaur.
dear, why?"
Minotaur.
She said monstrosity.
I'll say Minotaur. I take aim at the Minotaur.
Rolled it.
No.
Does she still have
Was it that
advantage?
one?
No.
She
I didn't
switched
roll it.
dice.
Does she still have advantage because I'm across?
No, but if she hits, she'll get sneak attack.
That's
Awesome.
That is.
18.
Oh, let me just check.
And that's why
yeah,
I
that's
switched dice.
Then that's why I switched dice.
So
Alright,
things
so
just
go
need
ahead
to
and
happen.
roll. That's gonna be. It was your crossbow, right?
Yes.
That's gonna be a total of 3d6 plus your dex bonus.
Okay.
So you're not gonna hit 20.
So 5, 9 plus my dex.
Plus your dex, yeah.
9, 14.
14. How do you destroy the Minotaur?
Hey!
Hey!
Okay.
You did it.
So I take aim
Se puede.
at its heart, at its chest.
Okay, it doesn't have a heart, but it does have a chest
And
and
its
various flesh, still hanging off of it. A couple of organs still remaining.
I aim at its torso. There you go. At its
Yeah.
torso.
Does it have Minotaur chesticles?
No, it doesn't have testicles.
Chesticles.
Chesticles.
It has one hanging of what appears to have been its breast and skin that's falling off of it now.
Was
Yeah,
it
so-
female?
No,
Oh,
no.
Good.
It
I-
does
you
not
don't have
appear
to censor that.
I take.
That's why I said chesticles.
You two can be such a problem in those days.
Okay, so I take aim at its chest.
Yeah, no problem. It runs up into the cart. It actually gets its hoof right in there. It grabs on. It's about to swing right at you, and you just shove your crossbow right into its chest. You point the arrow right past where its breast was, and then and the force of the crossbow, it basically destroys what was remaining of the Minotaur. Its pelvis and legs fall onto the roaring ground and just shatter into pieces, and then its torso breaks apart on the floor, and now all that remains are a few bones and half of its skull.
Yes.
And with that, anything else you want to do as a bonus action? There are still 2 riders remaining.
I would like to. Is the riders near? Are
They're only maybe 20, 30 feet away tops. Probably less.
Can I take aim at one of the riders?
No, not as a bonus action. Not with your crossbow anyway, but you
Can
do
I
have
do
other
it
stuff
with
you
my
could
sword?
do. Not with your well, you could, but you can't. You'd have to attempt to get up to them, which would be very
That would,
difficult.
you know,
You do have something else you could throw at them.
bag of 1,000 balls.
Yeah, you do have a bag of 1,000 little silver ball bearings that you could maybe use in this situation somehow.
Oh,
You
I
also
have a
other
vial
stuff
of
too.
acid.
You do have that too, yes.
Can I yeet it at yeet?
Roll to yeet
A
at
normal
your
person
Can I
could
roll
not.
to
So a normal person could not. It would take too much time. But you have fast hands,
I do.
so you very much could yeet that vial of acid right at these motherfuckers.
Can I eat the vial of acid to the skeletons?
Technically, no, because
Damn
yeet
it!
is for distance, Kobe is for accuracy. So you would want to throw it with your dex.
Okay, so Kobe.
So Kobe.
So
Kobe.
Kobe.
All right.
Roll for dex, right?
Yep.
What is Kobe?
He's a basketball player.
Basketball.
This
Well,
one.
I know, but I'm
He's
thinking about the food.
He's in jail. He's in jail. Okay.
You know, like the beef.
Be good, be good, be good, be good. 13
Plus.
dex
Cannibalism,
is
isn't it?
5.
Hits.
18.
If you're a cow, yeah.
So which one are you throwing it at?
Is one? Are they both
One
injured?
is more injured, yeah.
I'll throw it to the one that's more injured.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and roll me that damage.
It's a d6.
I believe it's 2d6.
2d6.
That's some strong acid.
12.
It's not bad.
If that.
Well,
Whoa!
damn
What?
it. So you actually
Two
throw
sixes.
the acid
Mhm.
past the skeleton man and right onto the ground, where it shatters into pieces. A little bit gets onto the cardboard, not cardboard, the wood.
The
of
cart.
the cardboard carts. The wood of the cardboard and the wood of the carts, and it smokes a little bit. But the rider, the skeletal horse, slips onto the acid, and they both fall down into it. The skeleton starts to burn and melt, and you hear the neighing of the undead horse. Its muscles starting to melt, its eyeballs starting to fall out of its face. And as you drive past it, it looks at you and it goes, as it just starts
Is it a
to
sad
melt
neigh
down.
or more like a?
Painful neigh,
Probably
maybe
depressed.
resentful neigh.
Oh.
Because that's
Oh.
one
It's
more
an
skeleton dead.
Yeah!
Now finally, the last skeleton turns around and is coming right for you two.
Oh,
He's
boy.
going to take aim at you and does a
Infinity
does a
hit.
13 hit?
No, not me.
Oh man, he swings at you and you just jump over that shit. Yeah. That's gonna be its turn. Parrish, you're up.
All right.
Kill it.
So they're
Kill
both
it.
on the ground, or is there only one now?
There's
There's
only
only
one
one.
left.
Lovely.
Not
All
to-
right.
He's trying to circle around
And
your
the
cart.
skeleton.
All the while, as you throw the acid and as you prepare your magic, Mr. Bjorn goes, "Yeah, fuck him right up."
Whoa, Mr. Bourne, relax.
So they're undead, correct?
They are undead, yeah.
So, oof. Does he deal damage to when you're healing undead?
No.
I can't remember. Does when you heal an undead, does that? Nope.
Oh, actually, that was unfair of me. Make an Arcana check. That was bad of me.
You're rolling for the nope.
15.
It's only fair. Next time, I'll not give it away so soon. No, you know how your spells work, and that's a mother's
That's a
tale.
no-fly
You don't
zone.
if you heal
Heard.
the undead, it just does nothing.
Heard.
Slap it around.
So yeah, we're
To be fair, I should have
probably.
actually get up. Some people would say he should just know that because it's his spells and it's written on the card.
Okay. Let's just do some more frostbite.
Yeah, sure. So that's a con save.
That is a con
That's a
save.
con fail.
Ooh.
With a actually, let me just check. Does a 8 succeed?
Absolutely not.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Man, if
Just
only
misses,
if only.
man. Just misses.
5.
5 more damage. It's not dead, but now it's like clenching forward. It's its frost has basically, obviously, the joints have been frosted over, and now it's having a difficult time breaking the ice to move.
I do so love that disadvantage.
Yeah.
Case of
So
oil.
next up, Raven. This thing is not looking great.
I'm taking aim at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Give me that sweet, sweet attack roll.
okay. You took away my bad boy.
I believe
8.
8 plus.
8 plus
Yeah, don't be so defeatist. You might be surprised.
8.
8 plus 8?
8. No. It's my.
Maybe he's right.
Yeah. 8 plus 7. 15?
Yeah, 15 hits.
Yay!
And then what are you using?
D6.
And you absolutely get sneak attack. He's trying to swing at Parrish over here.
So that's 3 D6s. Plus 5.
3d6.
8 plus 1, 9 plus 5, 14.
Let me just double check. Yeah, he's dead.
Yes!
Are you serious?
Oh, well, let me just... yeah, he's dead.
Damn. It must
Yeah.
suck to die again.
I like to imagine this time you actually just flipped the hand crossbow over and just pistol whipped his head right clean off, and the horse, confused, just goes and just runs off into another direction.
Let's go.
Okay, and so now the danger passed. The skies are still darkened though. Large hordes of undead are still encroaching upon the Empire's capital. You guys, however, make it to the to the walls that protect this capital. The outer walls are rather modest, a mere 40 feet high. However, they're lined wall to wall with cannons, constantly firing upon the undead armies. And you see archermen on the walls and on the ground, firing their crossbows into the air, trying to kill these horrifying bat-like things and various other demons and ghosts and wraiths that flood the skies. And as you guys enter into the... give me just a second. As you guys enter into the capital, a few guards say that they can lead you to some safe houses. They say that currently there's a small parish that hasn't taken a lot of refugees in as of late, and you can manage to get all the way there. Okay, so what do you guys do as you're walking through the city streets?
I observe.
Yeah, you look around.
Yeah, I observe
You see
everywhere.
that the streets are mostly empty. You see various stores with broken windows. Apparently, looting has already started to take place. You see a number of homes with windows and doors boarded up. Apparently, families looking to find safety, unable to leave anywhere else. As you guys keep traveling forward through the city streets, you find yourselves in front of a small church to behind. And there, a young woman is currently leading families inside. They're taking various supplies, in, and they're telling the tale of how two heroes they're traveling with successfully slayed the undead monstrosities. Do you help them carry in some of those supplies?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mr. Bjorn goes up to you and says, "Oh, I'm so happy I picked you two up. Oh, thank you so much. If there's anything you ever need, you can always come to me. Mr. Littlefoot is always in your corner."
Well, thank you, Mr. Bjorn.
Oh, please. Oh, yes, of course. And he goes and reaches for like a friendly hug for you.
Making
that's
allies
fine, that's
early.
fine.
I do a modest quarter bow.
And as you guys speak with Bjorn as his family enter into the parish, a young man with very little armor but rippling muscles, long black hair, and a very tiny little squiggle of a stash. The kind of facial hair that leads one to believe that maybe the boy's a bit young to be trying to grow hair. He's currently carrying an old woman, and a few kids are walking behind him. He brings them over to the... Oh, sorry about that. Let me just...
Oh, that was a big cock.
Yeah.
Let me just go ahead and actually change
The
music
hags!
now.
They're back!
They're back.
Actually, it's perfect timing, because now we can change the music. So, let me just see. There you
The
are.
hags
It's better than
are
facing it.
back?
The hags aren't back just yet. Alright, so, as the young man carries the old woman in, he goes up to the nun and says...
I feel like there's a walk into a bar joke right now.
Are you just mentally prepared for it?
I'm just mentally prepared for them to be like, and then she walked into a bar.
A halfling and a sorcerer walks into a bar.
He goes up to the half-elven woman and says, "Mother Tulia, I found another couple. Their homes have been destroyed. These are the only ones left of the family. Yes, bring them in. Please bring them in. Boy, I can't believe the undead are breaching the walls. You two, you seem quite capable. By any chance, would either of you be able to go and help this young man try to look for any anyone who's being hurt or attacked, any scavengers or perhaps marauders? Can you help this town?
Yeah. Or not.
Wonderful, wonderful. Please, wait just a moment. And she goes back into the home, and she grabs 2 vials, and she brings them over to you, and says, "These are vials of holy water. You could throw these at the undead, or perhaps if you put them on your weapons, you can use their aid to damage them." And she hands them to you, Raven. So now you have 2 vials of holy water you can write down.
What was the name of the lady again?
Mother Talia.
Oh, thank you, Mother Talia. I will use these to.
Yes, and what was your name, my dear?
My name is Raven. You can call me Raven.
And you, young sir?
Parish, Fairhand.
I see. Well, I wish you the best of luck, Parish. I
Just to
hope
be
your
certain.
name's not fate.
Church of Bahamut, you said?
Church of Bahamut, yes. The Platinum Dragon, very well known.
Mm-hmm.
He also uses Giga Flare.
Also very true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Weaker than Donald. Facts.
Weaker than Donald. Facts.
Facts.
These are facts. And so the young man turns to you both and says, "I am Joanne." Oh, I'm sorry. I am Johan. What are your Raven and Parish? You said
Parish.
Parish. All right. Well, let's try going further into the city. There's been a large number of undead attacking. We don't know where they're even coming from. And as you two start to move forward, you feel a dripping on your noses and the back of your necks, and a certain smell starts to fill the air. The smell of iron. And as you look up, this rain is a dirty red, and it starts to pour heavily, faster and faster. It's raining blood all around you.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
And as you move forward into the city streets, we now move on to an apartment building within the grand capital of Zerestria. It's about 4 stories high, and a young half-elven woman with black hair, yellow eyes, and kind of short ears even for a half-elf. It seems she took more humanoid figures. She stands in a maid outfit, and she looks out the window, playing with a couple things in her hands. And as she looks out, she sees the wraiths and the ghosts flooding the skies. She sees the rains of blood start to pour small rivers down into the sewer systems of the city. She sees some people freaking out, a small crowd running further into the city. She looks down and she finds some knickknacks. A knife that gives off a almost magical energy, and a small pouch with 15 platinum, a small king's ransom in there. And as she looks out, give me just a moment, she hears... Ah, yes. She hears a knocking at the door. Please, Mistress Behala, we need to go. We need to run now. The undead, they're attacking. If we get to the heart of the capital, in the castle, the Holy Emperor, he's allowing the nobles and the rich in. They will be protected by the High Magus. If we stay here, we're going to die. The armies are failing. Please, I know you have to hurry up. Mistress, please. Hela, as you hear this knocking, you look behind you to the door, and then you hear another sound as 2 human heads with bat wings start flying into the glass window that you were looking at. Psh, psh. One of them hits the window, apparently confused by the strange invisible force that's blocking it from its next meal. It screeches something. and then hits it again and again, and large cracks start to appear. But after the third or fourth time, it turns away, apparently feeling that this meal isn't worth it. You hear the knocking of a young woman named Adrian, the woman who you are currently disguised as right now. As you look from the door now to your right, as you face it, you look. Music.
Music's good. Music's good. I need more tape. That camera keeps falling off.
Behind you.
Sorry about that.
Whoa.
You hear the sound of the woman you're currently disguised as knocking at the door. You look to your left, and on the floor there is a high elf, rich noblewoman with her neck currently slit, bleeding out on the floor, with her, currently in a state of undress. With her, in even less clothes, is a young drow man who had been caught in serving his mistress, if you catch my drift.
Ooh.
You had been charged by the Medici family a few weeks back to send their regards to this high elven woman. Of course, you did your research, and as you found out through your sources, she, while owning a lot of land and making money through taxes, officially made far more money on a sex ring, capturing and kidnapping various, halflings, humans, half-elves, a lot of the half-orcs, a lot of the more common folk, and shipping them off over to the eastern capital of, her home actually, the eastern capital of the Holy Kingdom of Shikar, a kingdom far to the east of this western kingdom. Now, you, having disguised yourself as one of her attendants, snuck your way all the way up to her temporary residence, and while they were distracted, managed to do your job well. Going through her pockets, you managed to find a knife, which you believe to be somehow magical. Are we good?
I'm good.
Okay, a knife that you believe to be magical, more capable than a common weapon, and a pouch of her own money, about 15 platinum. You were also given the orders from the Medicis to hide a note somewhere in her apartment. A letter, really. You don't know what's in the letter, but they were very firm that they wanted you to deliver that. But unfortunately, times as they are, no job isn't without its problems, and this one happened to have the apocalypse happen at the same time. So now you're kind of stuck in a hard place. You're currently disguised as the mistress. You're disguised as the attendant. The mistress is currently on the ground dead. And what do you do as Adrian knocks on the door?
Can I disguise myself as the high elf that I just murdered?
The mistress? Absolutely. Her name, is Vahelia Nyak. Which doesn't matter much now.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Like Noki, but not.
Not quite. V-E apostrophe H-I-L-A. Last name is N-I-A-K-E. You could definitely transform into her, that's no problem. You think a more immediate potential problem, if you open this door, is that there's like a L-shaped couch looking out from the, towards the window you were gazing at. And you're pretty sure if you open this door, that's not going to be enough for her to not notice a dead body on the ground, much less two.
Who needs a dead body?
Could I do that thing where I open the door a little and slip out?
You could attempt it. She keeps knocking. Mistress, I know you told me not to interrupt you during your fun times, but please, this is an emergency. We need to go now.
All right, I'm gonna disguise myself as her.
Yeah, easily. You now completely, as you think of her and as you pocket the items, your form suddenly starts to change, almost like an air bubble starts going through you from your stomach to the rest of your body. And as the air bubble continuously moves past, your skin tone changes, your looks change, you get a little bit taller, your ears get longer, your hair changes color. Now you perfectly look like the woman you just killed.
All right, I'm going to call out to her.
I told you a million times not to interrupt my fun times. Give me a moment, I will meet you down the hall.
Madam, please! The undead are attacking! It's the end of all times! We have to go!
Do you think I'm an idiot? Do you insult my intelligence? I can't curse.
Knave.
You could curse
You
in
wench!
Elven.
You
Yeah,
wench! Do you insult my intelligence, young wench? I will be down the hall in a moment.
Now,
Let me dress.
Now, a common man would have to make a performance check to be able to pull that off, but you are no common man at all. You are very good at disguising your voice. She completely believes you. So instead, I'd like you to make an intimidation check to see if you could successfully scare her.
Got it. And I'm level 3 at this point. Intimidation. 19 plus 4, that's a 23. Does that work?
Jesus, let me just...
How
Yeah,
do I do?
yeah, you think
Alright.
you hear the sound of a soul snapping behind the door. And Adrian goes, yes, I understand, mistress. Please, just perhaps ready a cart for when you and...
Yes, ready a cart for me.
Yes, right away, mistress! And then you hear tapping noises as she apparently is going down the hall. Now give me a perception check as you look around and you consider the various possibilities of you getting out of here.
18 plus 3, that's a 21.
A 21. Okay, so as you look around, you see that there's a balcony on the other side of this apartment complex. You could easily walk down there, and right next door there's a building that's just a story under where she was staying. You could potentially jump down that way and maybe climb down the other building, or go change form and maybe just simply enter from the roof and walk down the stairs.
I'm on the second story?
You're on the 4th story. This building next to you is on a 3rd story building, though.
Got it.
You could simply go with, as you think to yourself, you could potentially go with Adrian, but you're not sure how well you could keep up this ruse. Plus, she may be confused as to why you're not bringing your various things, like clothes and money. You could invite her in to carry your bags, but you'd have to hide the body. You could, but there also might be other ways you can get out of here.
I was thinking go with her, but say, my fun times partner will be getting someone to bring my things.
Absolutely. All right, so is there anything else you'd like to do in this apartment before you head down?
Plant the note, like I was supposed to.
Absolutely. You plant the note in perhaps a cabinet of some sort. And what else do you do?
I'm gonna look for any valuables.
Give me a investigation check. Remember, level 3 stats.
Mm-hmm. I'm not even touching my level time. What was that, investigation?
Investigation, yes.
17 plus 6.
Okay, yeah,
That's
so
math.
you
23.
find... Yeah, so you
Math.
find...
I've been getting good rolls so far.
It's more than 20, that's all I need.
That's all that
You
matters.
find various trinkets, jewels, platinum bracelets, gold earrings, ruby, sapphire. If you pocket it all, you think there's easily 2,000 golds worth here.
All right, what I'm going to do is put on some of the valuables so
Absolutely.
it looks like I'm scrambling to get some of my valuables.
Perfect,
And I'm
perfect.
going to grab a bag. I assume she has just a bag laying around somewhere.
She has a couple of finer bags, yes.
And I'm going to put the rest in the bag so it looks like I did scatter to grab quite a few things.
Yes, absolutely.
And then when
yeah.
I'm going to go down and meet her and let her know my fun times partner is going to be having servants bring my things. Let's get out of here.
You'll do that, but before that, after
Yes.
you find the jewels, you do find one last thing. You find the documents proving her nefarious schemes, the various runners and gunners who were kidnapping these people, usually young children, and carrying them across the state and across the border into the kingdom of Shikar, which lies to the east. Do you take that as well, or do you...
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to fold those up, though, and I'm going to put them on my garter underneath
Very
my
nice.
dress, so they're not easily accessible if someone looks through my bag.
Wonderful. As you run, or rather, as you slow walk down the stairs, I'm going to need now a full performance check to see if she quite frankly believes what you said. Because as you say it, she goes, "Oh, where's Roland? Why is he not carrying your things?" To which you then say, "He shall carry them later. For now, we shall go to the castle."
This performance. That is 10 total.
A 10 total. Oh, but you have advantage.
Ooh.
You do.
So I roll again.
Because of
The
your
bigger
special
number.
skills.
That's worse.
That's worse. Okay, so she's gonna.
So it's
She looks confused, but she's still scared. So she's going to let you into the cart and say, "Okay, just wait a moment. I'm going to go up and help Roland with the bags." What do you say to that?
I'm going to say that I sent servants to go assist him. My safety is more important right now.
Okay, are you trying to go with a persuasion check, or maybe a deception check, or perhaps another intimidation check?
What was it? Persuasion?
Deception or intimidation. Any one works. It's really a matter of tone.
I'll go with persuasion.
Persuasion it is then.
Come on, Satan.
Has Satan not failed you?
Satan failed me.
How could Satan fail you?
I know.
Shocker.
Surprise,
That's a 7.
Once again, the Catholic Church screwing us over.
That's a 7.
A 7 total. Okay, she says, "Yes, of course. Well, time is of a haste." And now she's about to turn tail and run into the building. Do you do anything to try and stop her?
I'm gonna let her go.
Okay, cool. So
And then as soon as she leaves, I'm just gonna book it.
awesome. So give me just a moment.
That works.
Oh wait, I'm in the cart, right?
Not yet, but you're right in front of a cart. So give me just
Deja
a
vu?
quick moment.
Just let it. Yeah.
I'm just booking it.
I'm just booking it.
I'm just.
You ever see a
You got a
lady
cart.
run?
I mean,
Oh my.
you got a cart.
Okay, so as she runs into it, and as you head into the cart, you
Can
hear...
I speak to the driver of the cart?
You can, in a moment.
Okay.
First, as you enter into the cart, the driver looking a little confused at what's going on, you hear, not even a moment as she re-enters the hallway. Sorry, what?
I thought she would have to travel quite a bit.
Yeah, I thought she had to travel.
She would have to, which is weird that you suddenly hear a shriek as she goes, "Oh! Oh my God!" And as you look past her, you see running down the halls, Adrian has been attacked and is now bleeding, running away towards you from that high elven woman and that drow man. Only they don't look the same. They're bleeding from their necks. They're moving forward, and now their skin has turned a dark blue, different from a drow's regular dark blue, a lighter than a drow, which is closer kind of to black. And their their jaws seem to have come undone as they open their mouths, and their jaws fall nearly almost half a foot wide, and they start to scream a terrifying shriek. And they start lunging at the attendant girl. What do you do now?
Let's get out of here.
You say that to the driver.
I'm telling the driver it's like, we can't save her. Let's go.
Yeah, you yell that at the driver. The driver looks to her, getting attacked by the person who who looks very much like his mistress, then looks to you, his mistress, and goes, what's happening? Roll me what kind of thing would you say you try to do to get him to get a move on? What tone would you give? What's your play here?
I want to say, like, they're like, I don't know what's happening here, but we need to get out of here. My tone is panic and, like,
Then this is
I want to seem like a panicky noble.
This is a deception check then, as you try to trick him into thinking that you're also confused and that they need to run.
What was it again? Deception?
Deception, yeah. No advantage for this, because this is a different
Yeah.
type of lie.
It's a 16.
A 16, yeah, that's going to do it. The driver goes, "Oh, I don't want to die here!" And he whips the horses, and you guys are speeding off. You leave Adrian, who runs out of the hallway, and he goes, "Wait, no!" And then the two ghouls jump at her back and start gnawing at her insides, and you hear her scream for a moment before... and they bite into her neck, and she screams no more. As you guys get blocks and blocks away, however, you're going to have to give me a wisdom saving throw.
It's a 13.
A 13 passes. You hear a horrifying screech coming from above you, from something you hadn't noticed must have been following you. As you look up, actually, first, the driver, let's see if he makes it.
What's his name?
Oh, you don't know.
Gary.
Maybe it is.
His name's Gary.
He's a human. He could be named Gary.
Poor Gary.
Let's see. He actually also passes. The horses do not, though. So as this scream happens, the horses go no, and the cart rams into them and they crash. Not terribly, though. You're not injured. It just falls to the side. And as he goes, oh sweet heavens, what are those? 2 of those flying heads. The one with a little bit of blood on its forehead as it crashed into the glass, looking at you, are now flying down. They apparently had shrieked at you. Unfortunately, they had apparently, perhaps into chaos, managed to get close unnoticed and screeched at you. I'm gonna need you to roll initiative.
Yikes.
Oof.
I like these creatures. You said they're like a sickly blue, or are they more just like a dark gray?
So, they were a sickly blue, but these are different creatures. These are the heads with bat wings that are screaming and flying towards them. They look like this.
I pictured the wings a bit shorter, but pretty much that's what I was picturing. I was thinking like bat wings. Those look like full-on dragon wings.
Yeah, I know. So I guess it'll be just a moment.
I was thinking.
By the way,
more
my
comical.
initiative is a 7.
Oh, very good, very good.
Not
Like
good
you
at
rolled
all.
all together, added
It's
everything.
I rolled a 2, but then I got a +5. So it saves me
+5,
from
yeah.
a 2.
So let's see here. Unexpected.
I want to say an eyeball with teeth.
That's what I was imagining.
An eyeball with teeth?
Like imagine an eyeball, and then like it starts talking, and then its eye separates like teeth.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, scary.
Oh, God,
So,
that's terrible.
the one to react is the scared driver. As he gets up, he goes, "Oh, Bahamut, help me!" And he runs away. Full dash. He gets a full 6 feet.
The guy in a cart.
Yeah.
That has access to a cart.
The cart's on the ground. The horses are terrified and freaking out. He does not have the strength to lift a cart up. You know, somebody who was there wouldn't think.
But like, he could just jump on a horse. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
He's scared.
He's probably not that smart. That might
You know,
be
that's
part of the
very.
equation, too.
You know,
Gary's
this is
not
true.
very smart.
Yeah, Mr. Gary over here
Dang
was
it,
not
Gary.
very smart. So, as he runs away, next, the 2 creatures known as Varkuidal, I think, one starts flying towards the man. He's gonna go ahead and, he's actually going to hit the driver. And as he bites into his shoulder, the driver turns a ghastly pale as the creature seems to be perhaps drinking its blood. The next one's going to try and strike at you. Okay, it does a 14. Okay, as it bites at you, you like grab its wings and you struggle with it. Like, no, as a high elven woman, by the way, you still look like that. No, and you throw it away. Now it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
Let's see. Sorry, I have to read the descriptions right here of the thingy.
You're going to have about
going
2
to-
minutes or so.
Okay, I'm going to aim at it with my crossbow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, am I still in? Do I have my weapons when I'm disguised?
Sure, yeah. You
Okay,
have real
alright.
clothes and stuff. You
Okay.
probably hid it behind your fake clothes.
Okay, alright. I'm going to aim at it with my crossbow.
Yeah, okay, so go ahead and make a regular attack roll.
Remind me again, attack roll is still with D20 or
D6.
The attack roll is a D20.
D20.
D6 is the damage. By the way, which one are you aiming for? The one that attacked you or the one that is currently occupied with the driver?
I'm gonna go for the one that's attacking me.
Alright, that's cool.
Alright. So 16.
A 16 to hit?
Attack bonus, right?
Yeah, go ahead and add it
Okay,
up.
so 16 plus 7, which is 23.
So surprisingly, that hits. Yeah, that hits.
Alright. Let's see. Roll for damage.
And you wanted to use your crossbow?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
There's a D6 plus 5. So D6. That is an 11.
11 damage?
Yes. I
This
rolled a
thing
6.
is unbelievably hurt. You stabbed it, you shot it right in its eye, and now it went actually through both of its eyes, so now it's completely blinded. This thing is on the brink of death, you think. It's like on the ground, barely able to function. It's trying to like fly up. What do you do now?
Bonus action, can I stab it with my short sword?
Yeah, you can do that. So you can
Alright.
go ahead and attack. The damage would be a little different, but you probably wonder yourself if that matters.
Nat 20.
Well, fuck. That's going to be 2d6.
Okay.
You don't get to add anything else. Actually, add your sneak attack bonus for cruelty.
For
Alright.
cruelty.
For cruelty's
Oh, yeah.
sake.
Sneak attack.
Cruelty.
For sneak
That's
attack
2D
bonus,
that's
the
2d6
extra
as well.
2d6.
Oh, okay, so now I'm rolling a total of 4 d6s.
Oh, yes.
Alright. That is a 3, 6,
What?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12
I
damage.
don't see any.
12 total damage, you say?
Yes.
Let me just check the math here. Oh, yes. Oh, carry the 2 minus the 3. Remember, you can't wear white on Labor
Oh, you talking about
Day.
that?
Can't wear
And yeah, you turn it to literal mush. I imagine you just kind of just and just it's actually just crushed to mush. The other one is about 20 feet away from you. You still have your movement. What do you do?
I'm gonna move behind it.
Like, you want to be right on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So now you're right on it, and now it's going to be the driver's turn. He's going to run away. He's going to keep running. Unfortunately for him, he's not very,
Fast?
not fast, but clever. So he's going to get an attack of opportunity.
Maybe if he gets
That's
far
going to
enough,
hit. Oh, yeah, that's going to
he'll
hit.
take the other head with him.
Yeah, he bites into the... Now, he bit onto the shoulder. As he brushes it away and tries to run off, it flies back, bites into the back of his neck, pulls out part of its spine. The driver is now dead. And now it's going to be his turn.
He wasn't
let's
smart.
see. He's going to turn to you, and he's shrieking again. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
He had a horse.
The horses are still neighing in fear. And now
Still.
more of these heads are eating them.
Listen,
The situation is getting
it's
worse.
like when you
is that a
go
6?
steal a bike and
Okay.
run off with it.
You are now terrified of this thing.
Does that affect my attacking?
It does in various ways. You're gonna have disadvantage trying to attack it. You can't move towards it. This thing shrieks so loudly, and you could almost feel what's weird about it. What's really terrifying about it is not the fact that it's screaming at you. Lots of people and monsters have screamed at you and howled at you in your life. It's how human this thing is. You could feel the tortured soul within this being. You could feel the innate evil within it. And as it screams, almost you feel like your earbuds are bleeding. You actually lose
That is
for a
fucking
moment
well
your
timed.
transformation.
What
So
the
now you're starting to look
yeah,
like
that
your now you're starting to look like your true self, half like you almost like you had a stroke. You start to look like you're half of your true silvery
Yes.
self and half of your real self as this strange bat-like monstrosity is scaring you. Yeah, go
Can
ahead.
I use Unsettling Visage as a reaction? Or...
Unfortunately, this is an attack, but you can
Okay.
do that next time it attacks you.
Alright.
It is your turn now. You're about 15. You're actually no. You're right on him because you wanted to be. So what do you do?
I'm going to swing at him with my short sword.
You can disadvantage. Oh, do you want to use your short sword or your new magic knife?
Right, I forgot about that. I have a magic
Magical
knife.
knife.
I'm going to swing at him with my magic knife.
There have been worse ideas.
I'm glad I. Oh wait, actually, never mind. I got a nat 1 both times, so.
Double nat 1, folks.
Maybe
All right,
not.
so
Switch dice.
you stab at it,
So
and it,
she hit, right?
oh, yeah, she hit. It's really hard to miss. She stabs at it, and you stab it right in the mouth, and you think, yeah, and then it kind of just looks at you, knife in its mouth, spits it out. What do you do now?
Can I use my bonus action to try again?
You can if you want to. You can also use your bonus action to try and run away, disengage, usual stuff.
I really want to try again.
Okay, go for it.
Cuckoo bucket.
Cuckoo!
Truly, a brave warrior.
While we're doing this, just want to say thank you, Scooter Luna, for the sub.
We appreciate
oh, yeah,
it.
absolutely.
That's why I was making heart.
Oh wait, I get attack. The attack
Yeah.
bonus.
You do.
I really liked my second roll because it was an 18, but my first one was a 12, so I'm like disadvantage 12. I was using the magic knife, so that's 12 plus 8. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Let me just check that. Yeah, that hits.
Are you
Alright.
sure?
Well, actually, let me just check.
Carry the 1.
There's a scene from Goodwill Hunting running through my head. Yeah, it hits. You can
Okay.
damage. Now, because this is your offhand, you don't get to add your dex bonus, so it's just
Oh.
whatever you roll.
Not,
still
you
good.
mean attack bonus?
No, the dex bonus. So if you notice, the way it works is there's an attack bonus, and then you get to roll a die, and then there's a plus something else.
Oh, the 1d,
Yes.
1d something.
Yeah, so
Okay, so now it's just
it's
just
just
a
the
5
1d6.
dice.
it's just a little.
But because this is the magic die, and I'm sorry, the magic knife, and because the magic is a +1 knife, you get to still add a 1 to whatever you roll. That's
Okay,
how it works.
so magic knife is 1d4, so it's just gonna be 1d4 plus 1 instead of 6.
Yep.
Okay. D4 CU. Alright, that's 3 damage.
3 damage, okay, yeah. So, you've stabbed it for 3 damage, you've cut it across its cheek. You still have your movement. Do you want to run it all?
I would like to back up, get away from him. Let's see how much movement. I have 30 movement. I'm gonna use all of it to get away.
Absolutely. He's going to try to bite at you as he does. Does a 16 hit?
My AC is a 16. So
That means it
yeah.
hits. Unless you wanted to do a certain thing.
Unsettling visage.
Oh, right, because it's the thing.
And now...
Unsettling visage.
What do you turn into to try and freak it out?
Naked grandma.
Oh, no!
So just, you guys
Is there
remember
any
the
way
Steve
I
Harvey
can find
videos?
out what it's grandma? Is there any way I can find out what it's terrified of? Or is it...
Yes, it's a head with wings. What do you think a head with wings is afraid
A
of?
body with tails.
Oh my god!
I was thinking scissors.
Hard and cheers.
I'm gonna turn into scissors, and I'm on the handle. I want to say wing scissors, wing amputators. I want to be a pair of scissors
Chicken
called
shears.
So
the wing
your legs
amputators.
stay the same so you can run, but then your torso converges into giant Looney Tuny scissors with the handles that have an
snip,
engraving.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Wing amputators.
And as it goes to bite you, you're like, "Ruh, ruh, ruh," and it goes, "Ruh," and it does miss.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
now going, "Oh, oh, oh," and as you're running away, as scissors, 30
First
feet
of all,
away
you're
from
doing
it,
everything wrong in kindergarten. You don't run with scissors.
No, I am scissors. So
You
it's
don't
okay.
do it.
I
I'm
want to
running
give you.
as
I'm
as
going to
witch
give you
as-
inspiration for that. You get an advantage at one point before this day is done. So now it's gonna fly
I
30
am
feet
so angry.
confused away. It's gonna fly 30 feet towards you again. It's gonna attack. Oh, does a 21 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Are you
just,
sure
you just
about
make
that?
it by like a half.
That's gonna be 3 piercing damage and 3 poison damage.
Alright, so 6. Okay.
Yeah. And now it's flying around you. What do you do?
If it's flying around, I'm gonna attempt to aim it at it with my crossbow.
It is right on you, so that's going to be difficult.
It wouldn't be point blank?
No, that gives you disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Alright, then I'm gonna go for it with my magic knife again. Ooh. 17 plus 8.
At disadvantage, you're still fearful.
Right.
Just get it 15.
Oh, I got a 15.
Oh,
Called it.
15
plus
plus
8.
yes,
Plus
that hits. So you can
Alright.
roll your full damage.
Alright. Nice call. Alright. Let's see, 1d4. 2 plus 6, that's 8 damage.
8 damage. How do you want to kill this thing?
Am
With
I
the
still
scissors.
scissors?
You're still scissors, but the corner of one point is a little different from the other because instead of being the pure scissors, it's the magic glowing knife.
Got it.
Wait,
So the tip of the
you're
scissors out of
telling
your
me
hand.
One of
a
my...
walking pair of scissors is gonna stab someone with a knife?
Yup!
So I want to cut him, but I want the knife to be like against the blade. So I'm cutting him, but the knife is still hitting him. I want to cut his head in half with my scissors.
Oh, well, let me just check. Yeah, it's done. You cut right through its wings, and you cut its head in half, and you cut its head in half the way you wouldn't want a head to be cut in half, which is every way.
Long way. I say this way.
Anyway.
All the way.
All the ways.
I agree.
All right, so with that, the creature is dead. There are more of these creatures flying around. What do? They don't seem to be occupied with you. They're trying to break into homes. You see a few boarded up windows. They're like working together to pull the wood apart and then crash into the windows.
I'm considering running around terrifying them with scissors, but I don't think that that's...
You're not 100% sure how good an idea that is, or how people would react if they saw a pair of giant scissors running around during the apocalypse.
Remember, it's scissors with half-human body.
That's true.
That makes it worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Scissors
that has a knife.
This is a world where swords could come alive and attack people, but swords don't grow legs.
The scissors
That's
with
worse.
womanly legs
Listen.
running around with a knife.
If I were to see a scissor with female legs that is running around with a knife, I'd be really confused.
Yeah,
because
you
it's
probably wisely at this point maybe turn back to either your normal self or the high elf.
I'm going to turn back to my normal human form.
Yeah, dope.
And I'm not thinking as much of save everyone, I'm thinking get my ass out of here.
Makes sense. Do you head towards the center of the city? Where you knew apparently some nobles were being let in for safety? Or do you run in a different direction?
I'm thinking if I go to where the nobles are, I can just disguise myself as her again.
You totally could. You have this bag of gems and gold with you too.
That's true.
You.
I'd have to.
By the way, let's picture that now. The scissors also had like one of those high quality
Like
purses.
a Gucci bag?
Yeah, a Gucci bag full to the brim with coin and gems.
Don't forget that with my womanly legs down there, I've got some documents in in a garter.
Remember, those documents are
very important.
against. Yeah, they're very important. They also are against Vahila herself. They prove she did crimes, and your plan was to disguise as Vahila.
I just want a
but
pair
the
of
dress
scissors.
was gonna cover it. No one was going to like.
All right. So on that note, so you're going to head that way. You don't see.
Yes,
you think you could easily, like, even if this wasn't a high tense situation, you could easily run around without attracting attention from these creatures.
All right, I'm gonna transform back into the High Noble, and I'm going to book it for where everybody was being held. And my story is that the cart. Basically, tell the story of the cart. Just leave out the fact that
You killed everything.
Yeah, leave out the how we got there. But
you do so.
My handmaiden was attacked. We had to leave her because she was being eaten alive right in front of me. We left in horror.
No, yeah, absolutely.
They attacked
You're
my
not.
coachman.
You're saying this to yourself, as there's no one around you to
No,
say
no,
it
yeah.
to.
I'm telling
and as
myself
you practice
the story.
This speech in your head, you get the same sense from that scream again. That sense of fear that disappeared when you killed the thing you were terrified of most, a head with wings. And as you feel this unnatural dread upon your body, as you feel this unnatural dread upon your body, as you start to sweat in the back of your neck, you look upwards to the east, and you see an abomination, an ungodly monstrosity, a thing so fearful, so powerful, you know that you are nothing but an ant, a worm amongst it. As a horde of skeletal dragons start flying towards the city, being mounted by these strange black armored knights, you see leading the pack is a monster, a devil, death itself. You see a yellow, bloated beast, more animal than man, with hooved feet, flying needlessly through the air as if he was floating. In his hand, a terrifying staff with a goat head on its top. And you're not sure if that is a mask or the creature's face itself, but you see this skeletal, half-dragon, half-goat-like abomination with weird, weirdly concurved goat-like horns. You think to yourself, you've heard of him. They've been talking about him for the past 6 months. The cause of all this evil. the demon lord, Orcus himself, is striding towards the capital to end all life on this material plane. And you just weep to yourself. You fall to your knees and weep amongst this terrible evil that you have been damned to see.
That's
with
more
your
dignified
eyes.
than I'd actually react. I'm
Do you
just
shit
thankful.
yourself?
I'm thankful I didn't shit myself.
Thankfully, I just weeped.
Thankfully, I just
Make a
weeped.
con save. No, don't make a con save. And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and take a short break. I think that's a good moment there for that.
Yeah.
Paul,
Okay, but those.
this is what I picture.
Oh, let me see.
Are they? Do they?
This is what I imagine.
That's not as far off. You want me to show you a
With
picture?
the Gucci bag.
Pride.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I'd like to give a technical difficulties from the hags once again. Those sons of didn't say that word.
What? They're not sons, they're hags.
Just say wenches.
Yeah, that's true. Those scummy whores. Oh,
Whoa,
shit.
wait, come on. Can't say the
Yeah,
B
I
word.
take offense to that.
Okay, sorry about that, everyone. Now, welcome back. Thank you for staying. Sorry about those hags' technical difficulties, but don't worry, we'll kill them soon enough. Now, I'd like to give a special thanks to somebody for subscribing to us.
Thank you, L Gaming Sage. Love you, bro. We'll
Thank
stream
you.
soon.
We do love you. Now, as the rain of blood pours down, we move away from our sneaky road.
I hate
and
to
we
interrupt, but we wanted to show the scissors. The picture that.
Oh.
Oh,
right.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know where to show
You
it.
can
So
put it there,
before we
or-
went to the break,
Andrew, does that look good?
can you see this?
Lower.
Lower.
Yeah.
Yes, truly.
Lower perfect.
The
There you
bane of all demons and birds.
This
A
is
scissor with a knife.
a scissor with a knife and a Gucci bag full of jewels.
All right.
Greatest evil known to man.
The Gucci bag.
Pride.
Yes. All right. Now we head back to the capital of Zestia, where blood is raining from the sky, and the demon lord Orcus is striding to end the lives of men. We move now away from our sneaky road to a city, to closer to the capital in the center of the city, to our favorite. What's your character's names again?
I feel
believe
loved.
that's. Was it Alistair?
Zeke Alabaster.
Alabaster, yes.
And Keelam Alabaster.
Yes, we head towards the Alabaster boys. And why don't you two give us a description of what you look like?
Well, I'm a cute, scrawny, half drow boy, white hair,
With beautiful humility.
so much humility. Look, this isn't the character describing himself. This is Sam describing the character. We got a white mohawk rocking, shirtless to, show off the muscles. You'll find out why we're shirtless.
Okay.
My bro.
So,
He's a cow.
Keelam Alabaster is a half-orc male, roughly like 6 foot tall, and he suffers from some pretty bad wounds on his face from trading in the forest for a while. He carries a mace with him apparently at this time of day, and a shield.
And as you two are running down the streets, you pass by Albany and Rocco Street onto the main street where many merchants and shops lay. You've been running away from the city capital. A letter was sent to you by your father, telling you to stay safe and let the Magister and his armies protect you. But you couldn't allow that, not when demons were running amok with the undead. And so as you run, a human man, not in any armor, but in some sort of tuxedo, runs towards you guys, and he's out of breath, and he yells, "Please! Please, stop! Boys, your father wanted me to get you to safety.
Where's Dad?
You You guys know that he was supposed to be at the capital by now, but he was heading towards another large city. He was being sent there to protect his, bring his people as refugees, the people on his lands. However, he's only a few days off, and as you look to the sky and blood is raining down your cheeks, you have an idea of what maybe might be slowing him down.
Is Dad okay?
We don't know, but you need to get to safety. Now, Zeke, it occurs to you do have a pretty quick way to tell if he's safe in your possession. As you go through your pockets, thinking to yourself, what was it? What did they give me? I know I had something.
Can I roll an insight check on this man?
Sure.
To see if he's trying to fool us to not go to our dad?
You mean on George? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Fuck George.
Are we familiar with George?
You met him 2 days ago.
Yeah,
He's
fuck
been
George.
In charge. He welcomed you when you arrived, and he's been in charge
All
of
Georges
your
are
needs.
great. Just this George is bad.
This George in particular.
Might be bad.
Don't like the cut of his jib. It's a bad jib.
You're very bad, jib. Me don't like that jib. Not today, no siree.
me gusta.
Where's my insight?
It's
okay. I got it.
It's
So my
your
insight
wisdom.
is 22.
22. So let me just double check here. Good old George, mastermind that he is, probably has great poker. Yeah, no, he's not hiding anything.
Okay, so George
he's
is
a
just
coward.
actually-
He's a
George
second
is
away.
a punk.
Yeah, he's a second away from crying to his mommy and pissing himself because he is terrified. He is a cowardly man.
I
How
put
many
my
punks are
arm
here?
on my hand on George's shoulder,
Yeah.
look him in the eye, and say, "We don't run from fights, kid." And then I just
He's like 50.
I
Okay.
I
that
put my
change?
hand on his shoulder, being a half drow, and I know he can't tell my age. I'm gonna be like, Kill said we don't run from fights, kid.
Perfect. You, with your insight, and with your insight, because this man doesn't have a good poker face, you can hear his soul start to shatter as he's just been told that he is a punk ass. And as you guys say that, he looks to the Draco Liches now flying through the sky, the ghosts that are getting closer and closer to the city, the screams of the streets. He looks left, he looks right, he grabs his bow tie, he looks at it, he looks to you guys, throws it on the ground and says, "No gold's worth this! Go die in a ditch, you scumbags!" And he runs away.
can I make an
Thus
attack
is-
of opportunity?
I can't. As he runs, you reach up for your mace and you think to yourself, not today.
Only honorable battle.
Yeah, this man is not honorable.
I pick
He's
up
a
his bow
coward.
tie as a spoil of war and affix it to my hair.
No, yeah, you do so.
Nice.
Zeke, make me a history check if you haven't quite figured out what you have on you.
Oh, I think I know what you're referencing.
Then you can just go ahead and make a decision.
I'm not gonna use it.
Okay, do you say that out loud?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at my brother and be like, "So, what is the plan? I go or you go?" I bang my mace on my shield.
I check my blood supply. How many vials do I have?
Oh, you have 4 or 5. You can easily make more later, but you think you'll have enough for today's adventure.
Okay, I say we go to the center to see if anyone needs help, and I take out a vial and I inject it into my arm.
Okay, you do so.
As you inject it, I'm banging my shield rhythmically, kind of like cheering you on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, as
Go,
you're
go,
running,
go,
you guys
go!
do this.
Drugs, 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 drugs!
It's not
Drugs
drugs.
are bad.
Oh right, it's blood. Blood, 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 blood.
There you go.
Okay,
That's actually really
I think
nice
I'm good. I flex a little bit and we start running
Yeah,
towards...
your muscles start to swell. You took off that strenuous leather armor you were expected to wear instead of being half naked. You just pump yourself full of the red stuff, and as your veins start to glow a little bit as they reach your heart, your eyes, your pupils change into an almost animal-like yellow and black with a snake-like slit. And then you blink again, and they're back to normal. And as you run forward, boys, give me me a perception check to see if you can go ahead and hear the chaos around you as I start the chaos around us.
I rolled a 14.
14.
Whoa. Uncanny.
Ominously.
Yeah, uncanny. You guys hear...
We alabasters.
Yeah, the Alabaster boys don't play. It's like their father always said. The Alabaster boys don't play.
We fight! And also cry on the inside. And alone in your room.
Just like an Alabaster. Never let anyone see your tears. So, as you guys are running, you hear down Rocco Street, you hear screaming of guards yelling, "Don't let them escape! They're running towards us!" And as you guys turn the corner, you see a zombified ogre marching forward with a bam, 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 swinging a massive mace, killing a guard in one swing, and surrounding him appears to be a swarm of skeletal gnolls, flesh, muscle, and clothes hang off of their bones. They carry around these terrible bladed mace. Most of the guards are dealing with them, and you even hear an explosion as a few of them are destroyed, but what you think is some kind of maybe a cannonball or maybe something else. However, they march past the guards. They lock eyes with you, and the ogre yells, and they start marching forward. A total of 4 skeletons and an ogre. Roll initiative.
Yay.
Well.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. What you get?
10.
14.
10 and a 14? Very nice. Very
Imagine we both got 10. That's crazy.
nice. The Alabaster boy. Let's see. I'm sorry, you were 10 and you were 14?
Yes, correct.
Cool. So the skeletons are going to go forth. They're going to charge together around, and they start to surround you guys. They surround Keelan first, and they're going to swing their maces. Does a 16 hit your AC?
Exactly.
But don't you have your shield with you?
I had my shield and bang it, remember?
Yeah, that raises your AC by 2.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
18.
put on there already. So
Nope.
just fixed. Then it does not.
Yeah, so they start swinging at you, and you start deflecting it with your shield and with your mace, and now they're surrounding you, and they start just trying to pile drive you, but they're not getting past your armor. And as they go for your vitals, you hold your shield up successfully. And what do you yell at them as they try to pile drive you?
I don't yell anything. I let the seething hatred flow inside.
Just as your father taught you.
Just as my father taught me.
All right, next.
I don't think it was a healthy relationship, honestly.
I mean, to be fair.
I think you think it's a pretty healthy relationship. Is what he would say to you.
Yeah.
So,
I think you think this is a healthy relationship.
Yeah. My
It's what
father's
he
a
would
great
say to
man
you.
who did nothing wrong. Where's my mom?
yeah, that's fun fact. That's the family motto that you would always say. Your father's a great man and he did nothing wrong. And you're expected to say to your kids.
My father is a great man. He did nothing wrong. Where's mom?
So Keelan, it's now your turn.
I'm going to just really quick because I'm not certain. For cantrips and stuff, that's a full action, right? It's not a bonus action to use cantrips.
It will say on the cantrip, but most cantrips.
Because Sacred Flame is a full action, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, just making sure, because
Keep in
I
mind-
forgot to write that down. I couldn't find it.
You do have spells that are also bonus actions that you can do as a combo.
Meh.
Yeah, you know, do you?
Meh. I'm gonna just I'm just gonna smack it with a mace. I mean,
Sounds good.
as much. There's how many things are around me right now? What other
4 in
creatures?
total, but they're acting as the one.
Oh.
And as they
So they're
swing
like one
upon-
entity?
They perhaps, and as they swing upon you, they almost have this chuckling laugh through through pieces of muscle that are still attached to the bone. And it
Can
goes
I
something
guiding bolt them instead?
like- they go as they swing at you. You absolutely can, but if you
Well,
try
what was
to,
this- what was the thing?
if you do it on something right on you, it's a disadvantage. You have to get away.
Okay,
First.
so I will just smack it with a mace. That's like the better option here.
Sure.
Okay, so does a 22 hit?
Yeah.
Cool. Where's my D? Red D8, don't feel me now. 7 plus 3 is a 10.
10 damage.
Yes.
Very nice. You rip apart the cage, the rib cages of one of them, and as its head falls, you just bash it with your shield, and it crumbles to dust under you. One of them are down. You've done some pretty decent damage to the swarm. Anything you want to do with the bonus action or movement?
No, I'll stand firm.
Stand
You don't
firm.
back away from a fight.
You're damn Skippy. Tempest
Mhm.
would be proud.
Exactly.
Next up, it's gonna be Zeke, the brother.
I'm gonna run at the ogre.
Yeah, I like it. He's only 20 feet away.
All right, as we're running, we're gonna use our bonus action to invoke Crimson Lightning.
Yeah, what are you gonna do it on? Your hands? Your
My
scythe?
scythe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
As you bleed a little bit from your eyes, your power swirls through your arms into the scythe, and it starts to glow and crackle as lightning starts to swirl around it.
And I'm gonna leap at it and just attack.
I love it. Do it.
Does a 22 hit?
Oh, just yeah, that hits.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right,
I'm
so
just saying, matching rolls, brothers.
Yeah.
that's
Oh, and Zeke with a wonderful 22 to hit.
Par.
that's a D8 plus a D4 plus
Very
5.
Correct.
That's not cool. 4 points of slashing damage and it's 7 points of slashing damage,
Liking it.
2 points of lightning.
I like it. So that's a total of 9, I believe?
Yep.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. You slash into the belly of this zombified husk. It's already missing one arm, and it just kind of lingers about with a and as it's about to raise its arm, you just slash down its shoulder down onto where you believe its kidney should be. And as you slash it, you hear as the flesh starts to burn from lightning crackling. That was 20 feet of your movement. Anything else you want to do?
Nah, because you don't back away from a fight.
Darn Skippy, that's the boys. Oof. Apparently, this ogre follows a similar philosophy, because as you move around it, it takes up its club, and it swings!
Mommy! I mean, Daddy.
Mama,
Daddy!
just killed the wolf.
Does a 10 hit?
No.
Yeah, so as it swings its mace, you just duck down. You do the Jackie Chan thing where you just slide your legs all the way in a split, and it just completely misses you, and then you immediately go back up. And somewhere you could hear your father going, "Oh, that a boy," and then you could hear some strange disembodied head in your soul going, "Oh, wonderful, successful dog." So that's going to be the ogre's action as it swings at you and misses. Now it's the Skeleman's turn. It's actually going to run from you, appearing to be too hard for them to hit, and it's going to run at Zeke.
Wait,
Zeke.
can I have an attack of opportunity or
You
not?
do.
Yes!
Yes.
Smack the coward!
Oh, you
Not
do.
Zeke. That's Killam.
Yeah, he's running from Keelam to hit Zeke.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that.
I like how you guys did it at the same time.
Yeah.
That was really great.
You're rogues.
The
Okay?
rogues!
The roll!
I think
Okay.
it's funny that the
I
rogues
come
are in a
from the
corner,
source.
but the brothers are not near each other.
Yeah, that's because we have a brother
We have
in
a
between.
brotherly bond
Yeah.
that can't be separated by a thing.
By a zoo.
By a zoo.
No
What do
duck
you-
can get between these
How do you
brothers.
support?
Does a 16 hit?
Oh, surprisingly, no. Yeah, it hits.
Yes!
Surprisingly, no.
So that's gonna be a 9 points of
9
damage?
points of damage. Very nice. You crippled the leg of another one in this swarm of gnolls, and it's just trying to hop away, falling behind the others. They do, however, run past you.
Only cowards run!
Yeah. One of them looks back. Almost you feel like a sense of resentment, and then it laughs, the one with the missing leg, and then it laughs and goes, a strange, gnarled laugh, and as it does so, the meat from its throat starts to fall down, showing more of the bone.
I shall
They
feast
run
on your
towards
flesh.
you, and
Actually,
wow, does a natural 1 hit?
Actually, no.
Yeah,
have a D-ball?
describe how you're dodging all these fuckers swinging at you and just not hitting.
I jump up on my scythe and I'm kind of balancing with one hand, like, stop it! And I jump back down. I just keep changing the height.
So they start swinging at you and they're missing, and then one of them looks to you, and then one of them looks to you, and then back to you, and then back to the ogre. And it's just like,
Are you ready to get sandwiched?
You ready to get flanked, bruh?
Now it's Keelam's turn.
I'm doing exactly what I thought I would do. Run into them and hit him with a mace.
I like it. Yeah, that's what I think you did.
Yeah. That is a 21.
Let me just check. Yeah, the cleric has hit them with a mace.
Amazing! Or should
This
I
is
say
some surprise.
amazing?
Oh!
Pun counter.
6 points of psychic damage.
I'll take it off right now.
No, I'm just.
Let's not
There's
stop
no
the
pun
counter.
here.
We'll never stop.
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage, and that's on the skeletons?
Yeah, still.
Very nice, very nice. You bash one into pieces, and then you slash and destroy the head of another. It's still kind of wiggling around, trying to swing at you guys even harder now. These things look to be on their last leg.
As I bludgeon them, I yell, "Only my father can laugh at me."
Another proud family motto. Only your father gets to laugh at you, boy.
Where's mom?
I was gonna add that.
Where's Mom?
I was waiting.
That's not the family motto, son.
The daddy issues counter.
It's what we say in our heads after the motto.
We have mommy issues.
Where's mom?
The dad's cool. The mom's questionable.
Right,
So
yeah, that's definitely the
I believe
case.
you're right.
All right, I'm going to leap up at the ogre again and try to use my body weight to cleave it with the scythe.
Absolutely. So go ahead and do that.
+7 does a 12 hit.
A 12 just hits.
That's 10 points of slashing damage
10 points of slashing damage. Ooh.
and 4 points of lightning damage.
Oh, even more! You
got
slash
this,
at
bro.
its leg, and it starts to look like it's being tasered. And then you pull it out. The ogre, however, still looks pretty virile. What else can you do?
Did you just say he cut his leg?
Do I have a
He
bonus?
cut into his leg, but then
Okay.
cut it off, and then he kind of shook like he was being,
Gotcha.
you know. You have a couple of things.
Do I have a bonus action attack at this level?
That's
No.
a
Not at this level.
It's not a matter of level for bonus action. It's a matter of what you're using, and you're using a two-handed thing, so
Okay.
you can't do that.
We will. Nope. I guess I'll cut myself a little bit and
Okay.
use a blood maledict.
All right, you gotta go ahead and use that.
And I'll bind him so he can't move.
What's the saving throw on that?
Strength saving throw, DC 13.
Ooh, strength saving throw.
It's an ogre.
He's pretty good at that. All right, he rolled a total of 11.
But not
he is
today.
blinded. All right, so now he can't run, but he's not paralyzed.
Right.
Do you want to awaken it?
No.
Okay,
I don't want to
cool.
take a
Do you
D4
want to
damage.
move at all, or?
Nope, Alabasters don't run.
Awesome. And thus the ogre swings at his nemesis.
See, we went from enemy to nemesis. We're going up.
Does a 20 hit?
You just right
Just
there.
barely.
Was it a nat 20?
Nah, otherwise I'd be laughing. Just like Daddy. Wow, what are these rolls? So that's a...
Please don't die.
I'll be
It's
fine.
the opposite. That's a total of 7 damage.
All right.
Infinity
That's
damage.
quite a bit.
Yeah, it was actually
Takes some
pretty
of my
low.
33 health.
You almost dodged it, but they got like your arm, and it's a single just a tap from the fierceness of his mace and the speed and the velocity, almost like dislocated your arm.
Kill him! I need help!
So Keelam, actually no, it's the skeletons. They're gonna look to...
we're like within 10 feet of each other now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Totally.
I could 5 foot step like around the skeleton and be like, touch.
Definitely.
Cool.
Does a 14 hit you?
No.
The skeletons are swinging away at you, but they're doing nothing, and you can get a sense of resentment from them as you hear more screams, as you see various wraiths and ghosts flying through the sky. Next up, it is Caleb.
So the troll is not undead, but the other things are.
It's a ogre. They're all undead. It's an ogre zombie and a skeleton gnolls, so they're all undead.
Okay. How rough are you?
I can get hit a little more. You don't have
Okay,
to.
okay,
hit
cool,
me.
cool, cool. I'm gonna go hit as I normally do with a mace
Yeah.
on these skeletons.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, gonna get some bone meal.
It's worked before.
Does an 18 hit?
As they're trying to swing and kill your brother with these gnarled maces with knives sticking out of them, real Louisville Slugger kind of things. You grab one of them, the one without a head, you just bash it with your shield, and then you hold your mace up. And how do you go ahead and kill this one?
I'm gonna jump off of my brother's back and throw the shield onto their face, and then jump onto the shield so they get splattered underneath it.
You
and then
Matching
pick the shield
Harry
back
Potter
up.
style.
Exactly.
As the bones of the gnolls fly into the four corners of the winds, you crush some of their bones into dust under your weight and fury. And as you stand up, you could feel the drums of war in your heart as you've made Tempest proud.
Can I take the rags of these skeletons and throw it on the ogre and tell him to go clean himself up?
You absolutely can.
Cool.
Anything else you want to do with a bonus action, perhaps?
Nah.
Okay, absolutely.
Nah,
So,
we good.
Zeke, you're up.
All right. How rough is my my nemesis looking?
He's looking bloody at best.
I'm gonna take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take my scythe and fling it into his chest.
Okay, so to do that, to take a step back, he's going to get an opportunity attack.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to guess a 9 doesn't hit.
It does not.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll your attack.
Wow.
Wow.
24.
Good show, good show.
Yeah, that is.
All right.
24.
He was better than 24.
25.
I'm gonna use my great weapon fighting to reroll my 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so that's 10 slashing
10 slashing, I like that.
and 4 lightning.
And another 4 lightning.
Is he still standing?
He is.
I'm gonna-
This is a really beefy motherfucker.
I'm gonna jump up at him and punch him in the chest for an offhanded attack.
You can't make 2 attacks in one turn.
Damn.
You're really.
Well, now that I'm already off him, I'm just gonna take another step back.
Yeah, sure,
Since
so
he has
now-
0 movement,
Yeah.
I'll just
For
get out of
this
his
turn.
attack range.
So yeah, unfortunately, Keelam did not do that. So now he's gonna swing at you. Who is
Come on, bitch!
Hell yeah!
That guy's
Does
hype as hell.
a 19 hit.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
it
no.
does.
Still don't give a fuck.
Darn Skippy.
They haven't got hit
Wow.
yet, so. Watch, he's gonna max damage this.
The opposite.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm down for that. I'm down for it.
Yeah. That's gonna be its turn. It can't move anywhere. Keelam, you're up.
How bludgeoned is he?
He's still only looking like past bloody. This thing still looks like it could go a couple rounds.
Okay. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back.
Yeah, absolutely. It no longer has its reaction.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna walk even more now.
Yeah. How far do you go? You can go 30 feet.
I'm gonna back up strategically, not a retreat, not running away from
Absolutely
the fight.
not. Yeah.
I'm
Nice,
going
nice.
to guiding bolt it.
Oh yeah, I like that. Go ahead and roll.
I'm gonna throw a guiding bolt at level 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Roll your damage. Oh, to hit.
20 in total. Dirty.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, dirty 20.
Surprise! Yeah, it hits.
Sweet. That's how many d6 again? Like
At level 2, that's gonna be 5.
5d6.
5d6.
Fireball him.
Well, it's only 3 away from 5 damage, but yeah.
Oh damn. That's 1. So okay, so 8. Okay, that's way better. That's 16 points of damage.
16 total.
Yeah, and now you get advantage.
Yeah, its wounds do start to glow. You burnt a hole past its shoulder where it was missing an arm, and it screams in pain. It's looking rough, but it's not dead yet. And as it doesn't move forward, anything else you want to do on your turn?
I look at my brother like, finish him off.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
believe in you.
And now, Keelam, you have a glowing target. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Zeke, you have a glowing target on your enemy.
You have advantage on attack while using one of those
And it's just like Papa always said. Sons, if the target is glowing, you better attack.
Okay, so I'm going to run at the scythe that's still in his chest,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna try and drop kick it into his chest farther.
I like it.
And since he has advantage, Elven Accuracy is also procced.
You don't have that feat
Okay.
at level 3.
All right. Well, just regular advantage, not super advantage.
No.
Still better than
So 16 plus 7 does a 23 hit?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Jolly good show. Jolly good show.
Jolly
Jolly good job. Jolly good job.
Indeed.
Also,
All
someone
right.
said respect your father after you
That's
gracefully not retreat.
13 slashing
Yeah.
damage.
That was
Respect
me.
your father. I saw
Plus your lightning.
I was gonna give it a 2.
Okay, so 13 slashing
And 3 lightning.
and 3 lightning. Okay. Alright,
How much is
just
this
a moment.
I mean, he's the big guy.
He's a big guy.
Okay, so as you drop kick this mofo right in his chest, the blade pierces what sounds like rotted organs, almost like the sound of squishing tomatoes. You're not quite sure how much damage that did, but as you kick it, the blade almost reacts to your presence, and the scythe bursts with electricity. The zombie starts to go roar as if being struck by lightning, and as it does so, it falls to the ground, burnt to a crisp. You smell terrible rotten bacon in your nose, and as you pull out the scythe, you see the rotted guts start to fall off of it. The ogre lays dead.
And I'm guessing with my heightened sense, this sucks right now, right? It's all up in my
It's not
nose.
great.
Yeah. I shake off the guts off my scythe and
At least it's
I
up
just
to
cover
rest.
my nose. I'm like, Gil, we need to get out of
Yeah,
here,
it's
bro.
not-
And as you two do that, give me a perception check with both of you.
No terrace poop.
No, the rest here.
Inside joke.
No, sorry.
10?
A 10. All right.
Okay, my perception is +5, so 18.
18. Zeke, you almost miss it, but then Kellum, you hear a loud noise, and as you hear it,
Is it laughter?
no,
Okay.
as you hear it, you point to the sky, and there you see the sound of a roaring ship flying through the sky. As you point out to it, you see it, a large metal contraption with circles of red and green energy swirling around its back, propelling it forward. Around it, there are a number of humanoid creatures. You see a dwarf and a dragonborn, both flying through what appears to be wings of electricity, almost gliding them through the air. Next to them, you see a woman with large angelic glowing wings flying by them. And as they stride forward, you look towards where they're going. And
Wait,
they're
is a
heading
dwarf and a what?
straight- I'm sorry, what?
A dwarf and a what was on the ship?
A dwarf, you saw a dragonborn, and a woman with angelic wings, along with some other humanoids on this large metallic ship flying through the sky. And as it rushes forward, you see it's heading towards the demon lord itself. And then you hear a as a large bout of fire strikes at the demon lord and explodes in his direction. You see a few Draco liches screaming in pain at this explosion, and the ship still flies ever towards it, crashing into the demon lord itself as these humanoids start to surround it. Then, flying from above the clouds, two gargantuan dragons, one of gold and one of silver, start to spit their breaths of fire and ice upon the Draco liches and the forces of the undead. And as you see a multitude of ghosts and wraiths flying away from them, you see the heroes of the realm, the forces of light, are fighting against the forces of evil. It still rains blood upon you, though. What do you do now? There are two other guards left. The two of them have died, but they have finished off the rest of the swarm of skeletons.
Wait, are they like dead, or are they like unconscious dead?
Dead.
Ah, I can't spare the dying because
Afraid
they're
not.
dead.
Your friends might turn. It is the apocalypse.
I'm going to smack their heads in.
You do so. You smack one in, and then another one draws his blade and cuts off the head of another. And he says, "Another time, they may have gotten a second chance at this life."
And now I'm
You
gonna.
two boys, you don't quite look that old. How old are you? 16, 17?
I'm in age.
I'm 13.
Yeah. What are you doing out here? You need to get to safety.
I'm gonna just be like, before we do that, let's bury them.
We don't have the time, my lad. There are people to go save them.
As he says that, I'm already burying them.
Okay, so you guys take the time to bury them. The two guards look to each other and they say, "I'm sorry, we can't just stay here. We have to go find the others."
We'll join you in a second. Where are
Very
you
well.
going?
So, we're heading towards the capital, towards the western side. There are a large number of ghosts appearing.
I don't like ghosts.
Hey, it's okay. We can fight them. We can hit it with a mace.
Okay.
Remember what Dad said.
Alabasters never run.
And if you're scared of something, what do?
Where's Mom?
No,
I look up.
You hit him with a mace.
Right. And
Yes.
where's Mom?
All right,
Where's
so
Mom?
you guys spend the time digging holes. It's very stressful as the rain as the rain of blood mixes in with the dirt. However, it takes you roughly an hour to finish digging the holes for these 3 corpses.
I was gonna do a shallow grave, just like.
All the same.
Fair.
You can make it the same grave. All the same.
Cool,
About an hour.
okay.
So, do you guys take perhaps a short rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you guys can go ahead and do your short rest stuff.
We have 3D hit dice right now, right?
Yes, and each die you get the Agricon.
So, quick question: are you considering everyone taking a short rest?
Yeah, we'll head towards everyone else as well. But you've been walking around the city looking for various people to save. You've collected your nerve in an alleyway where you were hiding behind a trash can. And in the hour it took you to steel yourself and get to running again, you all got a short rest.
Okay.
Alright, I'm good.
I didn't
Okay,
get
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so
did.
as you guys move ever forward, you're in a sort of quad road area. There's a large opening, a number of buildings that have been boarded up, a number of apartment complexes of people afraid, a few cafes or various outlets that have been looted and stuff. And as you look around, there's about 4 roads to you. Which way do you go? East, west?
East.
Yeah, right. You head east to where the soldiers were, and as you're about to turn, and you've finished burying the bodies, you hear you feel the shockwave as a gargantuan monstrosity crashes upon an apartment building. You look around, you see parts of limbs and body parts, glass everywhere. You've both fallen on your asses from the sheer shockwave of the force. You see upon this crushed building with large pools of blood flowing out of it from what you assume to be humans and elves and various other mortals that have been smushed like bugs. You see a Draco Lich, and it looks upon you two.
Hey, remember, only Dad can laugh.
I pull out my sight.
You do so, and as you do, it bells a force of fire and flames. Give me some dexterity saving throws.
Alright, I'm good at that.
Oh, yeah.
I have advantage
You are
on that.
pretty good at it.
I have advantage.
Wait, why do you have advantage? On a dex save.
Bonus on saves.
That's strength saves, and that's if you're liking.
Does a 17 pass?
Okay.
Give me just a moment.
Alright, well, I'll just reroll this then. 10.
10. No, neither pass. So you guys take, this will be just a moment.
Good thing took
11
just-
million damage.
Rolled it. No, I'm just going to go ahead and give you the average damage. You guys take 49 points of fire damage.
So
Well,
I go
I'm dead.
down.
Yeah, you're both. So as the burst of flames, as you guys get up to charge at this monstrosity, the Draco Lich spits out a volley of flames upon you. Your skin starts to melt. Your tissues and muscles start to burn. Your eyes start to bleed away. The first thing that strikes you is not the heat, but the smell. The smell of barbecue, the smell of burnt bacon, the realization that this is your own mortality getting smoked away like some common animal, like some common pig or cow.
Delicious.
Yes, and then you smell. Then you just smell the a sort of incense. You sort of smell this intense, burning, charcoaly sensation, and then you smell nothing as your nose melts away. Your skin dripping from your bodies, bones and blood starting to slowly turn to ash. You both die.
Yay!
Oh, that was a short campaign. Alright, guys, we'll see you later.
Alright, bye guys.
Alright.
Two less
You're
lonely
still alive.
people in
I
the
know.
world.
Time to pull out the spare character sheet.
But I didn't want to play Milok or Mulek.
I didn't want to play Duke version 2, but here we are.
Mulek is killing backwards.
See.
He was gonna be a Death Domain cleric.
Now, Keelan,
Mm-hmm.
you, for a moment, you feel intense fear that this abomination is so much more powerful than you, but it only lasts for about a moment.
Because we're dead.
Yeah, no, not because you're dead,
Oh.
because your soul is accepting of what is to come. You fought bravely in battle, and in battle so did you die, as is the way of the world.
That is true.
With this acceptance, at first the fires hurt more than anything you could ever imagine, but then you start to feel nothing. You start to accept what's about to come. As your soul leaves this
Don't
material
accept it.
plane, you find it traveling to a world beyond. You're not sure how long has passed, a moment, an eternity, but you find yourself awakened in a strange, barren world. Barely a tree to be found on this burnt up ground beneath you. The sky has no sun or stars or moons. There is but a blinding orange dawn. However, it is as bright as the highest of moons. You look around and you believe you are where you have, for a long time, dreamed and prayed to go to. And as you look around, you hear a heavy stomping. And as you turn around, there, upon his gallant warhorse, stands Tempest himself in all his magnanimity. He looks only to be about 7 or so feet tall, but to you he stands taller than the highest of giants. His might more noble, more impressive than even the most dangerous of demon lords. He looks upon you and he says, "Caleb, my son, you have fought well to come before me."
I bow. Like you know the like one knee on the ground and like that type of bow. But
You
like
absolutely do. And he says, "Rise, child. You are no mere pawn in the game. You are a brave son of I, and you have earned your right to feast with me."
I, teary-eyed, I stand up and look at him, and I tell him I would like to accept this, but I don't think I'm ready to go yet.
I understand. Even the bravest of warriors are not quite ready to go. Always another battle, always another soul to save. Thus is the way of the world. And, well, I should give you your ultimate reward, forever knowing the glory that your battles have earned you in the halls of Valhalla. I cannot do this for you. For you see, Keelam, I do have a task for you.
I'll
There is
accept anything.
I know you will, my son. There is a great evil amongst the world. It threatens to infect my children, the orcs of the material plane. It ravishes their minds, leads them away from my noble war and towards savagery. I do not know whose curse, whose evil, who has dared to put their claws to my people. However, I will have it be stopped. And that, Keelan, is why I need you. You shall go back to the material plane. You shall continue your never-ending war, and you will save our people.
I accept wholeheartedly and bang my chest.
You do so, and then he too raises his gauntlet and bangs his chest. And as you show this sign of respect to each other, you hear more banging as various soldiers that you could not see before start to rise from the horizons all around you, and the armies of Tempest himself, god of nobility and war, bother to the orcs start to bang their chests in respect to you, Kim. And then the banging stops. Zeke, you awaken. You remember not much. You remember seeing a terrible presence. You remember feeling fear. And then you remember feeling pain. Immense, horrible pain. But now that pain is gone, like a distant memory. You awake, half wet. You find yourself almost like in a shallow pool, and as you come back to your senses, you put your hand on the waters, and you start to lift yourself up, almost as if it was solid. You look down and you realize this was no shallow pool, but a raging river. No, perhaps an ocean. As you look around, it goes on for eternity. The waters are strange. They have a chilliness to them, but they are not cold. They have a force to them, but you are not moving. And as you stand up, you stand upon the waters as if they were land. You look around you, and in this endless horizon, horizons, you do not see any suns. You do not see any stars. You see blackness, and in that blackness, you see color. You see waves of rainbows, almost like a aurora borealis. But in this mysterious place, at this mysterious time, and as you find yourself looking around at this endless nothingness, what do you do?
Look around for kill him.
Yeah, you look around. You do not see him. You do not see anything. You only see the rivers and colors.
I clear my throat. Hello?
Yeah, you yell that out, and you hear hello back in your own voice, amplified. And you say it again, hello? And you go, hello, 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 hello. Is anyone there? There. And then you feel it. Another presence. You look around, not sure where. And then a force impacts you on your back. You're sent flying a good 5 feet. Now you're in the waters, just barely bobbing in and out, as these strange white rapids shift from a more liquid to a more solid face. And there before you is this sickly, blistered werewolf. And it starts to reach for you. And before you could even react, it is pushed off of you by this long, black leg, this insectoid appendage. You look first towards the werewolf as it flies away, and you see it is missing its legs. You see it's been cut in half, its spine and organs dangling out, falling into the waters, and it turns around, and as its boils seem to increase, it screams and growls, and you turn to what appears to be your savior, and you see a spider, a large, terrible spider. It reaches towards you, its mandibles about to strike, and then before it can bite into you, the werewolf now slashes at it. They both backed up away from you, perhaps with a large gash upon the spider and it bleeding heavily into the waters. They both look to you, and then look to each other, and they appear to be in some sort of weird stalemate. And then finally, as you back up, you feel something behind you as well, and you turn around and you see a rusted scythe in the water. It's old, it's broken, and next to it there is a small guitar, perhaps a ukulele. And now as you look around and as you stand up and get your bearings, these three look to you, and you could feel in your heart a pulling towards each of them. Zeke, which do you go to? The werewolf, the spider, or the scythe?
You gotta make some hard decisions.
You feel a calming as you stand up. You feel no longer a fear from any of them, but you feel a longing to all.
Go to the side. Man, this is a tough decision.
Choose the spider. It's probably a waifu.
I don't know what's going on with that spider.
The world just wants to give you a friendly lick in the face.
We're gonna go. I'm gonna.
Spider, because it's weird.
I'm gonna go to pick up the scythe.
Okay. You back up and you go to pick up the scythe. And as you do, the rust starts to rise from the blade onto the handle and then onto your arm, and the arm starts to rust. It cracks and drops. And then the two lunge at you. Which do you strike first?
Do I have the scythe?
You do have the scythe.
I'm gonna slash at the spider.
Okay, you slash at the spider. The slash does nothing. The scythe bursts into dust, and then, as the spider flies through you, almost as if an apparition or a ghost, your hands start to turn to dust as the crackling starts to turn to the air, and you turn to nothingness, and then you both wake up. You're once again looking at that dark, dreary sky, blood raining onto the ground. But above you, there are two figures now in front of you. In front of you, Keelan, you see a elven woman with long blonde hair, blue eyes. Blue eyes with strange black cross-like pupils. And as you awaken, feeling whole again, she looks upon you. And there's a sense of confusion in there, and she says, "Are you? Who could it be?" And you, Zeke, above you, there is an old man in a Bahamut garb, a priest of some sort. He has graying hair, red eyes, and now half of his face is burnt and cracked like charcoal. A whole arm is missing. He looks upon he puts his hand upon your chest and he goes, "Boy, what is with your strange hair? It's hurting my glaucoma."
I look at. Can I respond to that?
Yeah.
I'm like, honestly, like, he decided that on himself, but I support it.
And as you say that, the old man goes, "This generation," and he falls to the ground, heaving, tired and collapsed. And the woman yells, "Father Abaddon!" And she runs towards him. As you guys get up and look around, you see the smoking remains of what was the Draco Lich, now dead. You see various people trying to pull what remains of the corpses from the apartment, trying to look for survivors. A large number of clergymen, maybe 4 to 9 or so. It's hard to see in all this confusion. What do you do now?
I'm gonna help out the clergyman.
I jump up.
Okay, yeah, you jump up.
Actually, can I ask? I know Elvish, so I'm gonna speak to Elvish, the lady, and be like, thank you for your service, but I am not ready to sit down and do nothing. I'm gonna go stand up and go help them
And
out.
the woman says, "No, you both only just came back." And the old man goes, "Ugh, phooey to that. Look at them. Strong, strapping lads like them. Of course they're going to help. Who else is going to? This old fool." And he picks up your scythe, which is on the ground, Zeke, and he pushes it into your arms, and he goes, "Are these weapons just decorations?"
I take it. Are you okay? I have a potion.
Keep that. I'll be fine. Dia over here is merely overreacting. My glaucoma is acting up. He says as pieces of him are literally falling off.
I offer him, like, I'm not that strong, but do you need some healing?
He slaps your hand away with his remaining arm, which is actually the right. And he does so like, "Don't insult me, boy. I could bring myself back if I wished. I'm merely tired of this shitty material plane."
Well, thank you, Father, for bringing us back.
I thank you for your valiant efforts in the war. I don't chuckle. I just had to cough.
And he chuckles, and he says, "No need to thank this old fool. I'll probably be back in a week anyway. They're always in need of my help. Now, go. Fight the evils that plague this land."
Take a brisk jog towards the center of the capital.
Yeah, you do that. You start heading towards the east like you were going before, with a weird new sense of realization. You're not sure what, but you feel more whole now than you have ever felt before, Zeke. You feel more like it's strange. You felt distant to a lot of people for various reasons now, but strangely, you feel more connected to your brother, to these strange men, to these people around you than you have in a long time. And Keelam, you have a sense of, well, how do you feel actually now, given with this whole new purpose in life, a mission from Tempest?
It's time to save my people, bro.
Yeah.
Valhalla calls,
Darn.
but I can't go back until it's done.
Darn Skippy. And as you guys move forward, yeah, perfect. As you guys move forward, you feel a full sense to yourself. You feel back to full health. You feel back to any. You feel like that short rest and more has been given back to you. You've regained everything except any spell slots you may have used.
Fair.
Okay.
Fair.
Now, as you guys move forward, you start hearing a. Actually, I think with that, we're going to take another short break.
Okay.
And start.
The hags!
Yes, terribly sorry about that, faithful viewers. The hags have struck again, but we'll get them. Oh, we'll get them. But now, we go back to Matria, the home of our heroes.
2 things. Sage, I love that you're loving it. Thank you. Alphonse, what up? Thanks for stopping by.
Hi.
Hearts or deaths.
We are literally
That's
nothing
us.
without you, our friends. Alright, so now,
Winky face.
we make it back to Matria.
Yeah, I just did
We
that.
go back to Raven, Parrish, and Johan.
Yes.
And you've been fending off the people from a number of strange monstrosities. These weird little imp-like demons, these flying heads, a couple of undead. But you've been managing working with the guards to save some people, run from some fights, and successfully make your way forward without any real issue. You stop to rest for a bit, healing your wound, licking your wounds, bandaging up, and now you move forward. You're heading towards a square in the city, a small park known as the Matron's Square. As you move forward, there feels a sense of dread in the air. You see an epic battle of epic proportions hovering above you, a mere 100 or 120, a mere 1,000, maybe 1,200 feet. Dragons fighting Draco liches, burning upon ancient beasts, strange necrotic magics slaying people by the second. The ship falls and it lands somewhere towards the west of the city. You hear the screams, but you see 4 flying humanoids still fighting against Orcus. You see the dragons still aiding them, and you're inspired to keep moving forward. You, however, are making your way towards the capital, but towards the castle, the center where His Holiness, the Emperor, resides, and the Magus is protecting the people, the nobles of the city. But through the confusion, you've gotten a bit lost. You've not been here that long. You find yourself making your way down a ruby-encrusted road with various trees still green and living, where most plants and many of the cattle for the past couple of months have been slowly dying. And as you walk through the trees, you see a statue in a fountain. It is of the Raven Queen herself, the Matron of Death. She holds in one hand a raven, and in the other she embraces a dead warrior, a human of some kind, and she looks down upon him. But as the rain of blood flows through the sky and hits the statue, it creates an illusion of the goddess of death crying, and the waters of the fountain have turned red with blood. You 3 have managed to enter in from the south side into this garden, and you see the same sight but from the back of the Raven Queen statue. And then the brothers too managed to come from the west. And as you all make it towards the square, you hear booms and shouts from above as Orcus fights against these monstrosities. He raises his staff of some kind, and a large booming echoes as a shockwave of black necrotic energy fills the air and starts sickening some of the guards and some of those humans flying in the sky around him. They start to grow weak. People start to fall onto the ground. The guards you three had been traveling with, Raven, Parrish, and Johan, start to fall sick to the ground. You look to your own hands and you see black markings, but your hardiness, something within you is resisting it. You're not falling yet, but you feel sickened by it. And as you see that, you hear as a couple of buildings fall from the shockwave, more blood and corpses fall to the ground, and you see one boy still living, crying. He's crying for his mother. He must be maybe 9, maybe 10 years old. He's crying heavily, tears of blood as the rains pour onto him. But you do not see mother. All you see is a single pale arm under the rubble. And as you see this, you see a number of ghosts, wraiths, undead monstrosities flying through the skies above you. And finally one stops and falls down and lands upon the fountain in front of the Raven Queen herself. And he looks to all of you and he says, in your minds, you hear, tell me your secrets. And let's roll some initiative.
Okay.
In just a moment here.
Wait, I thought it was just them.
Oh, we all met up.
We all met up.
Sorry.
But we don't
We
know
just-
each
we
other.
haven't introduced each other
Yeah,
yet.
we don't know each other.
Gotcha. Hold your numbers.
Oh, I'm holding that number.
Yes, indeed. Give me just a moment. Oops.
So, like, I zoned out reading things. We currently met up after the Raven Queen statue.
We're at the
At the
Raven
Raven
Queen
Queen
statue.
statue. And then there's rubble. There's a single pale arm underneath.
And there's a child.
And there's a child. That's from the one that descended. Child descended down.
A crying child.
Crying child descended down. I also suggest that, like, take notes.
Oh yeah. I've been making mental notes.
Okay.
On the ones that really. So.
Fair. I would suggest just take notes for the whole campaign.
Oh yeah.
Because,
No.
like, once we get into, like, the swing of things, and it's like, we have to recall information. If I don't have it down, if he doesn't have, like, someone has to have something down, you know? Just
I take quick notes, but I get so captured by like Paul's descriptions that it's
I was busy drawing my
Hey,
character.
quick question.
Thank you
We're in a
all.
garden
And
area,
thanks
right?
again to our viewers. Again, we love you all. Now, let's get some initiative over on this side. Hello.
Nat 20.
A nat. Oh my god!
Oh, wait,
Jolly
don't
good
fuck
show.
up.
Jolly good.
Jolly good, jolly good.
So what's my thing? It's a 25, but I mean, it doesn't.
Yes, it's not
That
20.
matters.
That matters.
Sometimes it matters.
That matters.
If other people get nat 20s.
Raven.
I rolled a 17 plus 5. That's a 22.
Oh! The rogues!
I got a 21 in total.
What?
This is gonna be
What's
really
your dex?
interesting.
Plus 3.
This is gonna be really
You
good.
want to hear a story?
You go first.
It's called Nat 20.
What's your dex?
It's one. She goes first.
Okay, what is
What was
it?
It's one.
Plus
Oh,
one?
okay.
So she goes first.
Suck on that, hags. Finally.
Nat 20 plus 5.
Wait, they're both
second.
first?
No, hang on.
He's gonna figure it out.
Raven goes first.
There you go.
Hello.
Hella.
This is
Hella.
the story
Yes, Hella goes
of
first.
3 Nat 20s.
We're both rogues, but we're
Oh
on
my!
the same.
I literally
Not
have
the
to
same
fix
person.
it. He rolled a 21. This is crazy.
Wait, he rolled a 21?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Wait, what?
We're all going first.
We're all going first.
Oh, plus 3.
We're
Am
all
I
going first.
Or am
No,
I... Okay.
no. But, oh, all right. Give me a moment here.
On the 20s.
They just broke me. They just
One,
broke me in
two.
episode 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I didn't roll a 20.
Sorry.
I
5,
rolled a
6.
21. Yeah.
So the only one going after him is Mark.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
He's going before him. So we get to smack the hell.
Oh,
out
we
of
get a
this
whole
guy.
round before he exists.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah.
Do orcs in this universe have like a pig-like nose?
No.
Okay,
Not
cool.
Sometimes
You-
maybe if they're like really
Are-
heavy on the orc side, but usually.
Are you an orc or a half orc?
I'm a
I'm
half
half
orc.
Oh yeah,
So
so you have like more human features.
Actually, yeah. The only thing really orcish about you is maybe your jaw's a bit big, and you
I also
have,
gave tusks. Yeah, yeah.
You do have tusks. Yeah.
Good. And maybe slight weird ears, but hey.
All right, starting off. Hella, what are you doing? You're behind him, but you don't seem to have caught him by surprise. He has literally invaded your head and informed you that he knows you're here. What do you do right now? And as you can see from our board over here, you're farther away from him than anyone else.
Hella's in the corner.
Correct. She's in
Okay.
the corner in the back here.
Okay.
Doing
Who's the one all alone in the corner?
That's hella.
Oh.
That's me.
So I think you're
Alright.
pointing over there.
Don't you know?
Now, Hella, what would you like to do exactly?
I would like to. Well, I'm a little too far away to use like a sword or something, so
Definitely.
I'm gonna go for shooting at him with my crossbow.
All right, now you're gonna have to move a little bit. I'd say about 15 feet to get a good shot on him, or he's going to have cover. Are you okay with that?
I'll move 15 feet.
Okay, so let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3. Now you have a shot on him. He still has half cover, unless you want to get like. You're not going to be able to get there in one turn unless you bonus action dashed. Would you want to do that?
No, I'm gonna shoot for him with the crossbow
Alright.
from there.
So that's going to be a regular attack. Go ahead.
Alright, there's a 9, 7. That's a 16.
A 16. Let me just check. Yeah, that's going to hit.
Okay. And then we're gonna do 1d6. It's 2 plus 5. 6, 7. That's 7 damage.
That's going to be 7 damage. Very nice, very nice. Now, as you shoot at him, you hit him in his arm, but he doesn't quite flinch. He just sort of raises his arm and shakes off the arrow. You feel like perhaps you didn't do quite as much damage as you hoped from that shot. What do you do now with your bonus action?
Bonus action. I can't get close enough to use the swords in this turn, right?
In this turn, let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can actually, if you run into the fountain, you can get right on him, but that's going to be your whole turn, so you won't swing on him now.
I'm gonna shoot at him again with my crossbow.
You can't do that.
Oh,
You
I
can't
can't
attack
use
twice.
bonus
Not
action.
yet.
Not as a bonus
You're a
action.
lower level now.
There's a feat for that.
Right. All right. Is there any way that I can hide with my bonus action?
Yeah, there's a couple of trees. There's also a large bench, a stone bench that's easily like a whole 10 feet tall from base to the top. You could like duck behind that.
I'm gonna do that,
Okay, just go 1, 2.
and then roll for stealth, right?
Yeah, roll for stealth.
Nat 20.
Jesus
Nat 20. I could have hid behind a bridge.
Well, let me just see if he rolls a nat 20. He didn't.
He did it.
You feel as you basically jump a whole 10 feet into the brush of a tree, and for a moment you almost slide into them. You really you backwards Homer Simpson into that tree, and you think for a moment you have literally never been as stealthy as you are right now. And with that, next it's gonna be Zeke.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna take this whole situation in for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, Kill, hold my scythe real quick,
Oh,
and
huh?
I use my action to transform.
Yeah, so you're going to go ahead. Your veins start to burn as they turn red. Your irises go yellow. You start to get hairier. Your clothes would have torn as your muscles bulge, and you
That's
get
why I
a
don't
whole
wear a shirt.
foot taller. And now before you, Zeke, still holding his scythe, has become a werewolf-like creature.
I'm gonna take my scythe back from Kill, and I'm going to use my bonus action to invoke my Crimson Right.
You do so, and now the scythe glistens with a blue light. A static electricity flows around it.
And I'm gonna use my full movement to go up to him.
Darn Skippy.
Darn Skippy.
And that's as far as you can get this turn. But now you're roaring at this creature as you're roaring at this creature at full strength, ready to strike it down. And in your mind, you hear it say, "Now, that is quite the secret. I want more." And at the end of your turn, it's going to make a legendary action.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, oh, wait. Let's see.
He makes no legendary action.
No, he does.
Damn.
Unfortunately, the only person in range for it is going to be Hella, even though he doesn't even know you're there. So make me a wisdom saving throw.
That is a 19.
Oh, a 19 passes. You feel it try to invade your mind, and you feel like you're almost about to get a nosebleed, like you have a horrible migraine, but then you remember the seriousness of this situation. The fear of that demon lord flying towards, it felt like you, and you shake it off, and remember, this thing ain't fucking nothing. And that's going to be the end of that. Next up is Parrish.
Ooh-wee.
Yes. Parrish, you just saw a stranger run up behind it. You barely got a glimpse of them. They shot it with a crossbow, then disappeared as you turned your head to look back at him. And now you see another stranger running forward with a glowing blue scythe, and they're a werewolf. You're not 100% sure what's going on.
I've seen weirder things.
True.
How far am I from the villain?
You're pretty far. Give me just a moment. You're easily almost 75 to 80 feet away. A pretty decent distance.
What's the closest thing to cover?
Oh, to cover? There are some trees maybe 30 feet away from you. They're not great cover. They're it's not like a forest. They're just decorative trees. But you could maybe get behind it and you could dash up to it, but it's not amazing cover.
I'd have to dash.
You'd have to dash to get up to the tree. Otherwise, you're just kind of behind the tree and hoping that blocks it. But, you could just sidestep that.
I'm gonna be behind the tree, but he could just sidestep it, kind of, please.
Yeah. Okay. So you're 30 feet up. You're about yay. Your tree is now blocking your vision of him and his vision of you. What do you do now?
All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to. I think that'd be
You're about 50 feet away from him now.
That'd be a waste.
But you also can't quite see him.
If it's blocking my view, I'm gonna sidestep the tree. I'm gonna be one step aside of the tree.
Sure.
I'd rather. I want to be able to see the battle.
Now you're about like 55 feet away.
Fear no death. So I'm then going to prepare hold an action for a spell.
Okay. What's the trigger?
The trigger is when one of the members that I can see that are currently being harassed get hurt.
Yeah, okay. So you're going to hold that action. And is that going to be the end of your turn?
Oh, that is going to be the end of my turn.
Okay, next up we have Raven.
I'm in a far jump, so I can jump an extra 5 feet towards the...
Yeah, I'd have you make an athletic check, but you could definitely run 30 feet and then jump. If anything, that would almost maybe be a bit distracting. You'd probably be able to get farther just straight running.
Then I'll just run.
Okay, are you going to go as...
The full 30.
The full 30, okay.
Is her dash a bonus action?
It is, and she can do it as an action too if she wants to. So you've run with your movement. What do you want to do now?
I want to take aim.
Okay, you take aim. You're so far away from this thing that with a simple hand crossbow, you're actually going to have disadvantage hitting this.
You can do the dash.
You could dash to get closer.
I think
I'll
I'll...
use the dash.
You can also hold the action if he gets closer.
I think I want to, because I want to hurt this guy.
You can just hold the action until he gets closer.
There's no order to it, so you can use your bonus action now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go dash towards him.
Okay, dash straight towards him, another 30 feet. Give me just a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now you are less than 30 feet away from him, so you could shoot him with no disadvantage.
Okay.
But you're also right up in front of him.
That's
so
all
you
good.
so the brothers, you two see this tiny little woman with a cloak around her face just zoom at a speed you rarely have seen before and get right up on him, point her hand crossbow at him, and what do?
I want to shoot.
Roll that.
6.
6 total.
Yeah.
Oh, you have attack bonus.
Attack bonus.
That might save your ass.
It really might.
So it's usually right next to the crossbow. Let's
Yeah,
see that
Six
number.
plus
Dexterity plus-
7 is 13.
A 13 does not hit.
Shit!
So you fire upon the elite, and it just sort of sidesteps you, and you hit its misty form, and it goes, that is not the secret I look
Yeah, they
have deep thoughts indeed. And that's going to be the end of your turn. Next up is Callum.
So I'm going to. How far I am?
You're a pretty great distance away.
I'll
You're,
take my full movement towards it.
Okay, I will say that great distance is only 80 feet, so you do have other things that could get there.
Well, yeah, but I still want to get close enough so I could like smack someone.
Yeah, cool.
But like I'm gonna get close enough and then cast a guiding bolt level 1.
Okay, guiding bolt level 1. Roll that attack.
And by the way, this is not a new day. This is the same day, so I use my level 2 on it, right?
You have 2 level 2s.
I know, but like one level 2 I use. Okay, just making sure. 15 plus 7 is 22.
22 hits.
Sweet. What was it? 3d6?
4d6.
4d6.
And it's going to be glowing.
Oh wow, that's nice damage already. 4d6 is 16, 20. No wait, 16 plus 3 is 18. No, 16
19.
plus 3 is 19. What is my life? 19.
You're
Very
sleep
good.
deprived. It's okay.
Okay, so you fire a bolt of light. Where do you fire it from? Like from your chest or your hand or like a shield? How do you picture this looking?
Your pelvis.
Your titty.
Okay, so I have.
Maybe you like open your jaw and you're like firing my laser.
Okay, so the way I would do it with my character is
Yeah,
probably from the shield,
Makes
because the
sense.
shield is a really iconic part of like the,
Oh yeah.
Tempest. So
Totally.
yeah,
He's the fire sword and the shield.
yeah. So bam.
Yeah, so you fire upon it. He tries to sidestep it, but the light sort of almost bends towards him, and as it hits, a large amount of this smoky-like figure starts to burn away in the light, and a little bit of afterglow is left. And I'll say, Hella, as you're observing this from the perfect point, you know that your crossbow did not really, fully inflict any damage on this guy. It seemed to have some kind of resistance to the physical nature of it, but this magic has successfully burnt through it with ease, so it doesn't seem to resist that, I can say. Anything else you want to do on your bonus action?
No.
Okay, that's going to be your turn. Next up, it is the Elite. He's going to go ahead. He rises slightly. You see these
By the way, how do you spell that?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Because I was like, are you saying elite or elite?
Elite.
Elite.
A-L-L-I-P. So, this smoky abomination starts to slowly rise. You see its tornado-like legs start to lift up and move, almost like he's walking, but you see no feet. And as he moves ever closer to you two, about 20 feet there, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, just in range, I'm gonna need Raven, Kellum, and Zeke to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Shit.
I'm proficient at these things.
You are!
We're not being charmed, right?
No.
Okay, but because I'm a half elf, I get +1 to my saving throws.
Why?
It just says because I'm a half elf.
It's a half
It
off.
says
No, it's
it says
supposed to say-
+1 bonus on saves
Fuck.
and advantage on being charmed.
Sorry, no, it's supposed, you would have advantage on being charmed.
And a +1
but
to
no
charm, no?
+1.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright, we'll talk about it later then.
Yeah. So yeah, give me that saving throw.
4 total.
Okay, that's a fail.
Yeah.
8 plus 14, 22.
So it's
That's a success.
12 plus 7 is a 19.
12 plus 7?
Yeah, it's a 19.
19. Okay, that's a success. Zeke, just to make sure, you're not, you're using your level 3 stats, right?
Plus 5. 19.
19. Okay, very good. That is still a save. So you two still save. So this will be just a moment.
I'm dead. I'm kidding.
Maybe.
If you die, how much HP do you
I have
have?
I like how
33
Paul just goes,
HP.
maybe.
Says it right.
Okay, you take 9
That's
psychic
cool.
damage. You two take 5 psychic damage.
I'm not
5?
dead yet.
Yep. Oh, and Raven, you are currently stunned.
Okay.
Alright, who's damaged?
Me.
I only took 5.
And I'm stunned.
I only took 5, so
I'm
I
alright
still have
so
a nice
far.
chunk of
I'm
HP.
at 24 health, so
And now
Well,
he's
it's
going.
it's triggered.
And now the creature is going to fly about 20 feet into the air, and this bottle cap is going to represent him flying.
I actually gave you a
Bottle
thing. It's
cap!
by the water
You
bottles.
did? Oh,
yeah.
give me a moment. I do see it. Thank
Okay,
you.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
That triggers my
Something
action?
better. Yes, it does. So you can go ahead and do that.
So the healing word, it'll be at level 1, and it'll be towards the rogue.
Okay. Do you want to twin that?
It's not worth it right now because it's only 5 HP though.
Fair enough. Give me just a quick moment. Yeah, you're in range, so you can healing word her.
Okay, so it's 1d4 plus my charisma, which is 5,
Yep.
and that is a 2, so that is a total of 7 health that you increase.
You only lost 2 HP technically. Good job.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you're still stunned.
So now the smoke monster has risen 20 feet into the air, and we go to Hella.
Alright. I'm going to get
Is he
sneak
still-
attack because
Is he still advantaged right now because of guiding bolt?
Yes, on the next attack.
Cool. I forgot if there was a turn before. My bad.
now I want to do sneak attack since he doesn't even know I'm there.
Yeah, so that's
And-
going to give you advantage on your attack. Give me just a moment. What weapon are you using?
I'm thinking since I'm so far away, I'm gonna have to use the crossbow.
Yeah, at this distance though, you're still going to be pretty hard to hit him with a crossbow.
Alright.
You have to get a little bit closer.
Okay, how much closer do I need to be to?
You're going to have to use your full movement to get to a range where you can hit him with advantage, so you'll still get your sneak attack. And you'll actually still be hidden too.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Use my full range of movement to get closer.
Alright, so now you're there. You're right at the edge, and you look upon this porcelain statue of the Queen of the Ravens as as blood drips from it, and the illusion of the tears still pours down. You fire your crossbow at it. Fire at advantage.
Advantage, please. I got a 6 twice. Hold on.
Well, add the numbers. You might be surprised.
With a 7, that's
13.
13.
13, unfortunately, does not hit.
That's what happened to
Didn't-
me.
Yeah.
And I can't use crossbows bonus action.
No, you can't. You do have other things you can do as a bonus action if you'd like to.
You could always disengage and hack again.
I mean, disengage, but there's no way I could use a sword or a knife or anything because they're flying, right?
No. The way the offhanded thing works is you have to be like in melee to do it with like a knife or a short sword. So
Do
you
I
can't-
have throwing knives yet?
You do, but that's not how that works. You could throw a knife at him, but on your turn as an action, not as a bonus action.
Got it.
The things you can do as a bonus action are run, hide, or you could give some of your tactical advice to these weird strangers.
Alright, who, from where I'm standing, who
Yep.
looks like they
The
have
most-
the best shot at it? Like the best.
I'd say with your tactical mind, you'd say the strange half-orc priest is probably the most likely to do some real damage to this guy. And I'll also say, though, among these people that you don't know, this incredibly fast halfling woman probably would also be pretty useful. But then something seems a little wrong with her right now.
Alright,
You actually have things
I'm
for
gonna
that.
go for tactical.
You have things for that.
Right.
On the,
I'm
on
gonna
the
go for tactical advantage to the half orc.
Okay, yeah. So what do you yell to this half-orc gentleman?
It's a boy, right? The enemy?
Yeah, the enemy? You don't know. He looks like a smoke monster.
Do we really have
He
to
should-
identify the enemy right
I
now?
need to know
gonna
what I'm
assume
yelling.
this elite's gender? That's not the type of secret he's looking for.
Zay looks like they had a shoulder injury in high school. Go for the shoulder. The left one.
What's a high school?
Your left, not my left. Just go for the shoulder.
Okay.
She does yell that, and now you have advantage on your next attack.
I'm also confused
Did we
about
just
what a
hear
high
this
school
from the
is.
shadows?
No, she can't. You
can
see
see
a
the vision,
woman.
they can't.
You saw a woman appear out of nowhere. You have no idea where this person came from, but they fired at the creature and missed, and then yelled something at your brother.
But what's a high school, guys?
It doesn't matter. Go for the left shoulder.
It's that thing nerds do.
Now that's going to be the end of your turn,
I
and
can't
then
go into hiding, right?
yes. No, that's
Okay.
unfortunately going to be the end of your turn.
Okay.
And then with that, Johan is going to go ahead and move forward, having been so shocked at the abomination that he didn't even use his turn last round. Weird how that works. He's going to go ahead and he's going to move about 30 feet towards it fearlessly. He's going to rage, so his muscles start to swirl, kind of similar to this werewolf gentleman, as he has a rabidness in his eyes. And this person, who you two have been traveling around with as kind of a calm, gentle kind of guy, if not, a gentle giant sort, is now looking pissed. And he's going to go ahead, he's going to throw a javelin at this thing at advantage, because he's reckless.
Why are they always throwing javelins?
What else?
Because it's that or hand axes, and that's gonna hit.
Javelins are cooler.
And it's gonna.
Why don't you just shoot them with the gun?
Alright, so a javelin strikes at the elite, and it then falls out of him. Much like with your arrow, Hella, you see that this didn't quite do as much damage to the elite. It hurt him only slightly. If one were to use a point system to health, it might be something along the lines of maybe a 3. But as the javelin hits him, another strange, a strange phenomenon happens. Something you two hadn't seen before traveling with the stranger for a day. A couple of ghosts appear. Now, ghosts have been pretty common today, but these ghosts don't seem threatening. They have this almost calming aura to them. These two womanly figures start to surround the elite, and the elite goes, in your heads, wow, these are interesting secrets indeed. And then the two common women turn to the elite after looking upon all of you, and their heads go up like this, and they shriek. Something along those lines at the elite. Now, they seem to be distracting it in some strange way. And with that, we're going to move on to Zeke.
So right now, how far am I away from him?
You are, let's see, that's about there. You're about 40 feet away since he's 20 feet in the air.
And, as a werewolf, would I be able to reach him if I jumped up at him to hit him?
Let's see, it's probably, if you use your full movement and jump, it would be incredibly difficult, but it would be possible.
Alright, so instead, since it'll be very difficult, I'll move up to my brother.
Yeah, okay.
On his right.
Yeah, no problem.
And I'm going to...
That's only about 15 feet.
Throw my scythe at him.
Yeah, that's only about 20 feet, so you can throw that.
Okay.
Well, maybe like 30. Still, you can throw it.
Okay. Does a 21 hit?
Yeah, 21 hits.
Surprise! Alright, so we have our D8, our D4, we have +5 and +1 because we're in hybrid form.
Correct.
So this is 7 + 5, 12 points of slashing damage.
And the lightning?
And the lightning is 4.
4, so altogether that's 18. As the scythe strikes at the creature, and it seems to strike deep, and the lightning starts to shock him, almost like thunder and storm clouds. You still feel, though, with your base instincts, that this has still been resisted, and you've only done maybe half the damage you would have done. And then, of course, the scythe does fall onto the ground. You could actually run up and pick it up if you want.
I'll do that.
Yeah, okay.
So with the rest of my movement, would I be able to grab it and go back to where I was?
No, it will take. You could maybe you could make it so you're not right under him,
Okay.
but you're only like 5 feet back. You can
Okay.
go. All right, is that going to be your turn?
I'm going to use my bonus action
Yeah.
to use my my blood maledict to try and bind him so he can't move.
Absolutely. Is that a con save?
That is, and can I actually amplify it?
You can. What save is it though? Is it con?
Oh, sorry, it's a strength save.
A strength save.
DC 13. I'm gonna.
Oh, he's not that good at strength.
And I'm gonna roll my my D4.
That's
damage.
not a D20.
I take one.
Okay, does a 6 save.
No, and I take 1 point of damage because I amplified.
Very
it.
lucky, very nice. Okay, so now this creature cannot move. You see the swirling black mist start to tense up, and the creature, surrounded now by ghosts, as this werewolf figure raises its hand and starts to look like he's getting a little burnt along the side of his arms. The creature now seems to be stuck, unable to move, and he goes, "What strange secrets?" And that's going to be the end of his turn. Parrish, you're up.
Alright, so seeing as where I am, I'm going to I'm the one furthest away, right?
You are definitely the furthest away. You're easily you're roughly 50 to 60 feet away from it, with it
Okay.
being stuck in the air. Not a terrible distance, but the furthest at the moment.
And he is from what I can tell, he's got a mace and he looks like a priest, was it you said?
This one does in fact, actually make me a quick religion check. Because he really has armor and a mace and a shield, so you could easily think this
So
guy's
one,
just a
what is
fighter.
he? What do I think he is? What do I think he is?
I'm a
Oh.
female barbarian halfling.
Nothing wrong with half
He's a female barbarian halfling.
Is that the face your character made?
No.
No,
he
I'm
doesn't know.
joking. You don't think he's a female barbarian halfling, but you don't think he's a priest. You think he's some kind of wizard or something. He looks like a really intelligent man, actually.
The armor's for show.
The armor is for show, yeah.
The smartest and most charismatic.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna put on my best face right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell out to the wizard in armor.
Yeah, absolutely.
You there, wizard with the armor. Noticing that
Who is he?
You don't. This is all happening in 6 seconds. You yelled that out. Now what do you do?
All right, I'm gonna cast. Well, I was gonna say trust me, so I was gonna cast enlarge on him.
Okay, he yelled, "Trust me." You cast enlarge on him for some reason, and well, do you trust him?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. So now you are much bigger. You're like twice your size. It's
And-
crazy.
And you deal an additional 1d4 damage
To not magic.
to not magic. Shoot.
Yup.
This seems very ill-fitting for me.
Yo.
You know what? I'm gonna roll with it.
Yeah, I'm not letting you take that back.
I'm gonna roll with
He
it.
has a
Spell
base.
it.
He's got a mace. He can handle
He
it.
does have a mace. It's true.
Just because he's a wizard doesn't mean he can't hit things
I
with a
really
mace.
love that you used that on the wizard and not the werewolf.
The
I was
fucking
about-
werewolf.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
The wizard has a mace. It's okay.
Ruh-roh,
So
Raggy.
that's gonna be your. By the way, you could, if you had the spell slots, you could twin it.
Make the brothers large
Oh my God,
and
yes.
in charge.
Yeah.
Let's go with the twin.
Oh
Super Mario Bros.
Do you trust it?
Ruh-roh.
Super Mario Bros.
Sure.
So you are now twice as large as well. The brothers too have grown in size and made their papa proud. It's just like their daddy always said, "Sons, one day you're going to be much bigger than me and every other man alive. And when that happens, we take the kingdom."
I start banging on my
The
chest. and
kingdom
I-
is ours.
They yell, "The kingdom is ours!" as they start banging on their weapons in their chest.
You feel remorse at all
All
when
right.
I say this.
All right, Parrish, is that you gonna move anywhere, or is that the end of your turn?
He's just so moved.
Here's a productive turn.
He just gives everybody the Super Mario.
It is.
Now, mark down, that is 2 spell slots. So I think with that...
Actually, no, the second one goes through spell points. It costs the amount of spell points.
That's what I meant, spell points.
Yeah,
that is 2 spell points.
2 spell
so
points,
with
yeah.
my math,
Sorcery's
you're out.
points.
Alright, so from there, as my bonus,
Yeah.
I'm gonna use no, I have no spell points, correct?
You're out of spell
Then
points.
I use nothing.
Yeah.
I'm going
Do you want to
to
move anywhere?
I'm going to I'm gonna go find a tree.
Cantrip.
Okay, yeah. Not unless it's a bonus action.
Huh.
So you get right up to a tree.
Okay, am I behind the tree?
What's
Not
up,
really.
sexy?
Oh,
You're at the tree. Everyone can see you.
Okay, it's a nice tree.
What tiny man do a tree?
Snoo, it's true.
I love the idea as they get bigger, they also get dumber. So with that, the elite
Are we gonna- is that canon?
things might not be great. He's
Is that
going to go
canon?
ahead and use his legendary action.
Oh, no.
Let's just do a quick count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's just out of range. And so are you. So it's just the same 3 again.
God
you guys are
damn
going to
it.
make the same wisdom saving throw.
God damn it!
You're just out of range.
I think it
to
might be
Ella.
time to bring back the purple one
I'm
because
bringing back the
the
purple
green one did you dirty last
Oh.
time.
This is gonna suck.
This is also gonna suck.
Wisdom
8.
saving throw, right?
Fail? Yes.
11 plus 2, 13.
13.
I have a
Is a
plus
success.
7.
Thank you!
Oh, I
I was so
I-
scared I was gonna steer
I'm
you
mad. I
wrong.
have a 12.
You have a 12?
I have a plus 7 and I got a 12.
Alright, this will be just a moment.
Thank you.
Allow
purple.
me to
You're
calculate
welcome.
your
I was so
pain.
scared. Where are you?
Okay,
You.
so you two,
You're next to-
actually the 2 brothers failed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Go clap.
the brothers, you guys take 12 points of psychic damage.
Oh damn.
Okay,
Hello, 19 HP.
Yeah.
Now can they split it so
That's
it's only
nice.
6 each?
I have 12.
Oh wait, did I say 19?
Is
You
it
said 12.
Oh, okay, that's the correct number. Yeah, 12.
He has 19.
I have 12 hit
You
points left.
take 6.
I take 6.
Oh, and you're both stunned.
What? How is that? Okay.
The big boys are stunned? Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Am I still stunned?
As we get to your turn, your stun ends at the end of your turn.
Okay.
for 2 turns.
No,
No,
Oh.
no.
it's the same as the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's going to be Raven's turn.
Yep, it's me.
Da-da-da-da.
I guess now I'm stunned.
Oh, wait.
But I told you
Oh,
about
I'm
the
sorry,
trick
you guys. I was reading the wrong spell. My bad. Well, not spell, but ability. So heal that damage up real quick, and we're going
Me
to
too?
change that a bit. I swear this will not happen often.
Me as well.
You
Yes,
didn't
will.
say never.
I have to re-roll the damage.
Are we still
Yes. Ripping
Lower damage,
pepperonis.
lower damage.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
Oh,
Again.
we're doing
Again.
exactly right.
Yeah.
We just died.
So you're not stunned. You still take, just give me a second, a total of 7 points of damage.
Okay.
That's way
You
better.
take 3, and you two have to use your reaction to strike at the closest ally near you, which is
Don't.
only each other.
Brother!
Wait. 7. I just need to do math real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Okay. I'm smacking you with a mace.
Hold
Do I
up.
get advantage?
Nope.
Cool.
No,
Because-
you don't get
okay.
advantage. That would be weird.
Because he
Yeah,
gave
I
me
know.
advantage on
She
the
did.
enemies. I was like, does that still work?
Nah.
Oh, no. I just told you about the trick shoulder.
Oh, thank
So I
God.
mean-
Yeah, I was like, please give me advantage.
Does an 11 hit
guys,
No.
Oh,
guys, I don't want to say this, but I have to.
That's a 14.
you? We know we do extra damage.
12.
1d4 extra damage.
That's
Does
fine.
a 12
I missed.
hit you?
No.
Nice.
You
Brother!
What does this scene look like? As the elite
They
says,
both swing each other
your
in the knees.
secrets will be mine.
Can you just like watch us like
I-
spot?
I-
Yeah,
big-
you guys both, as he says that, you both like bleed out your nose, out of your nose. You turn to each other. How do you swing at each other? How's that?
I'm going left.
I just yell.
Yeah, with your weapons in hand, you both go, both super large too. The 2 kaiju go, "Roar!" and you hit each other's weapons, and you back off, and you're like, oh.
Brother!
And with that, now it is Raven's turn. You are stunned, but now the stun has ended. You are stuck where you are, though. And with that,
So I can't move.
yeah, unfortunately, the stun ends at the end of your turn.
Okay.
It's pretty rough. Next up, it is Helam.
Stunned, right? No!
No,
Not
you're not
stunned.
stunned,
We made
and
each
you-
other hit each
Yeah.
other.
And you know
And I
about
have
the trick-
advantage.
Yes.
And I am gonna use the mace, but I'm gonna use it as the focus of level 2 guiding bolt.
Ah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's a 17.
Yeah.
And that's a 19.
So,
You just double check that
Does
hits.
brutal critical work on this?
Only if you crit.
Okay, gotcha.
You did not
Gotcha.
crit, unfortunately.
Understood. I didn't know how.
But it would. It would work.
And
on
then
it.
you also get an extra D4 of damage.
So, no, that's only for physical damage. It
Physical.
doesn't work on magic.
Yeah.
I'm using
unfortunately so.
magic.
Oh, I thought you were
Doesn't
using
work
the
on-
mace.
I'm using the mace as like a wand.
Oh, okay.
Hiya!
Wizard wand. Wizard mace.
I'm gonna yell.
It was this.
Wait. I gotta just.
I read a
erase
post
this.
today that said barbarian trying to be a bard, and it was a really decorative mace, and it was the Maraca mace.
I love it.
Oh my
Maraca
God.
mace.
So that's 5d6 level 2, right?
Correct.
Just.
Oh, that's sad. That's 8. Okay, that's better. Plus 8, 16.
16 damage. You burn away part of its legs, and it screams in pain. It floats around, seemingly unable to hurt you.
Just a thing I want to say, the way I do it is I swing the mace like I'm gonna hit it, and then the bolt comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. And you like swing right up to it, like because you're in kaiju.
Yeah,
mode
I'm
right
like
now.
big. I wasn't
Absolutely.
expecting this.
Yeah. So
How
you just-
tall are we?
You're twice your feet, so you're like 15 feet tall.
Now,
Actually,
am I
can I-
tall enough to actually hit it instead of throwing my weapon now?
Yeah.
Question.
If you're like up on him, yeah.
Can I just like
You actually
put the
are
guiding
above
bolt around my mace and then just smack him?
Yeah.
Cool.
I love it.
Cool.
I love
Nice.
it.
Nice.
Give me just.
I'm using the mace just for you.
The elite is starting to look rough, and
Thank
now
you,
it's
Lord
going to be
Jesus.
its turn. Give me just a moment to see if he recharges on a certain ability.
Let's hope.
He does not.
I say nay, nay.
So he's gonna go ahead and he can't reach you guys anymore because he's still stuck with that blood
Zuko, I
curse.
see your head.
So the golden trio, make me some wisdom saving throws.
Oh,
Motherfucker.
gosh.
Okay, this one I'm good.
Don't stun me.
Totally.
Don't
22.
Stun me.
22.
I'm hoping that's okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
11.
11 fails.
Fuck me.
Ah, my legs. There we go.
17?
17 succeeds. 11, right? You take. So this is actually going to be interesting. You would take 9 points of psychic damage, but as it starts to reach towards you and call for your secrets, the two ghosts from your new barbarian friend reach out to its hand, look to it, and say, "Not today."
No.
And you take half damage, so you only take 5. And you guys take quarter damage, so you only take 3 psychic.
Sweet.
Yes.
I could definitely use some healing.
And I'm not stunned.
He's unable
I'm
to
less than half
move,
HP.
and he hates it. That's going to be the end of his turn. Next up is the barbarian. He gets closer.
Yeah.
He can't reach this
Go,
guy,
JT!
but he's throwing hand axes.
He only needed to land the. Oh, he has advantage because of the guiding bolt.
He does. He didn't need it because he was recklessing anyway, but he hits. That's gonna be only about altogether 3 points of damage, but the ghosts stay, and that's going to be.
Wow.
What's that noise?
The ghost.
That's the music.
Hey!
Give me just a
That's
moment to actually
terrifying.
change the music as we
Oh,
get to
okay,
the
'cause I
final
thought
No,
that was-
legitimately, I like that. That was great.
It was
And the
pretty good.
ghost stay.
That
Oh!
was perfect.
That spooked me a little
But
bit.
now we're going to.
The hags.
It is pretty great.
The hags want
So-
revenge.
Now, we move to Hela. This creature starts. It looks to be breathing heavily. It looks like there's a sense of dread within it as it attempts to fight against this curse. You sense anger, resentment, and it yells, "You shall not take my secrets!" And as it screams that, you hear more explosions, and you look up, and you all see these 4 warriors still fighting against Orcus, slashing at him, burning him with spells, striking him down, each yelling curses and affinities at him. It looks as if the Demon Lord itself is being pushed back. Hella, what do you do now?
Do I get sneak attack because they're right up on him and he's distracted with the others?
Let's see. He no longer has advantage, so no, he's not close enough for that.
He's not close enough to the boys.
Well, actually,
I mean, we are bigger now.
yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah.
He's like,
he's
yeah.
definitely close enough. To go ahead and do that.
you.
I was gonna say
Jesus.
because Zeke is right up on him. All right, so
How many
I want to
people big boys
attempt
and not
to
get
throw
hit
my
hard?
magic knife at him.
Yeah, absolutely. So throw that
Ooh.
magic knife.
No longer in scissors mode.
Come on. Yeah, no longer
Now,
in scissors mode.
I will say you don't have advantage, but you could give yourself advantage.
Remember,
So-
you have the thing.
You have the thing.
He gave you.
Oh, I can give myself advantage.
No, let's.
That too.
He gave you inspiration.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Right,
There's
I
also
wanted to
another
ask
way
when I
you
could
could
use
give
that.
yourself advantage, and that's hiding first.
Yeah.
But you
Hide
can just
first.
I
auto
was thinking
advantage.
about that.
Yeah. Because you have the inspiration.
Inspiration.
Inspiration and then hide.
Yeah, it actually sounds like a better idea. Inspiration hide.
If I don't roll well on this, can I use an inspiration to give myself like another attempt?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see what I do first.
Okay.
This
This
Alright,
is the, wait,
no,
is this
I'm
the
good.
attack roll?
Yes.
Oh no, you can't do that. You're gonna have to either use your inspiration now to give you advantage, or you'll have to hide or something, and that'll be the end
Alright,
of
I
the
want
turn.
to use the inspiration to get the advantage.
That's how it is.
Fuck.
The first one I rolled a 4, and then I rolled a 5.
Unfortunately.
It's got better.
What does that add up to?
5 plus 5?
It's 5 plus 8.
Yeah, you throw...
13.
What's 8?
13.
13.
13, yeah, no. You throw the dagger, and unfortunately, you hit the black mist, but not the creature itself. The magic dagger goes flying.
How far away?
Oh, only about like 20 feet.
Baby,
we'll get
come
it.
back.
Yeah.
You can blame it all on...
Now you can hide.
Now.
Is there anything I can do attacking-wise with my bonus action?
Afraid not.
Nope.
Now it's just...
Could she run, grab the dagger, and come back?
Cannot.
She could.
Where
She
did
could
that-
dash with
bonus
that
can I
dagger.
She
Check
could
your dash.
get to the dagger, pick it up, and that would end her turn.
I want to do that.
Okay, yeah. You pick up the dagger. That's the end of your turn. And with that, now, as the screams of evil start to, as the screams of evil start to blanket the world as Draco Liches, Death Knights, and various monsters and demons are being slaughtered, we go now to Zeke. What do you do?
I'm gonna howl at him louder, and I'm gonna go to hit him with my scythe.
Brother! It's him true.
Oh fuck yeah. 22.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, so I get a
1d4.
D4, and then I have a D4 of lightning, and then my weapon does a D8, and then I have pluses.
Yeah.
We're saying goodbye to...
Great weapon mastering,
Oh,
re-rolling a
funsies.
2 and a 1. 2s again. All right, so that's
better than a 1.
Yeah, so that's 8 plus 5. That's 13
Two.
points of slashing damage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's 13 halved to, wait, is that with the lightning?
no.
Give me the total.
Okay, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 total.
19 halved to about 8. No, I'm sorry, 19 halved to 9.
Okay.
So let's see, 9 damage. How do you want to do this?
First kill.
First kill.
I'm
Now
gonna.
remember, right now you're a kaiju, you're right next to your brother, also a kaiju, and you have a giant lightning suck.
And you
I'm-
can jump off my shield.
Oh my god. All right, fine. You're gonna see a giant kaiju werewolf jump up towards my brother, jump off his shield, and bring down the scythe to decapitate him.
Absolutely. And as you slash through him, the lightning disperses throughout his body like a thunderstorm coming undone. And as his head starts to evaporate, you find yourself in darkness. And the elite is there in front of you. He moves towards you. The rest of you, as you see Zeke land, you look above as you hear cheering and shouts from various humans upon winged griffins and manticores and all kinds of beasts fighting against the demon lord. And they're all cheering and shouting, "Yeah! Yeah!"
As this is going on,
One of these humans now holds a spear with the demon lord's head decapitated upon
Where'd you
it.
get the spear?
And he cheers.
It
He
was his
cheers
choice.
to the world that the apocalypse has come undone, that the mortal realm belongs to the mortals. And as everyone cheers and cheers, Zeke, the elite, moves towards you, and he whispers into your ear, "You have earned my greatest secret, which I am now texting to you."
Ooh! In the secret!
Supports don't get credit.
We haven't even had our end kill discussion yet. For all you know, I'm gonna walk up and be like, "Yo, thanks, bro."
I was stunned for half of that. I apologize.
I did so much damage to the thing.
And you didn't do shit. Like my crossbow just kept like either going through him or missing or.
You still weren't stunned. You got
I
to
just
do
realized
stuff.
me and
As you
Sam did like
receive
literally
this
all the
secret,
damage.
You
Yeah.
find yourself on your feet, small now again, among these, your brother and these new allies in combat, and the world cheering for the heroes of the realm that have stopped the apocalypse. What do you all say to each other?
I was there.
So I'm back. I'm with the group.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Is
we're
he
nor-
still large?
Nope, they're now small. It doesn't last long.
and I'm not a
GG
werewolf.
a reference or is it not?
GG, doesn't that use
Good game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you asking if it's right? You can just make
What
it a
does
reference right now.
GG mean?
GG.
Okay.
Good game.
I'm gonna look around and be like,
GG.
"Yeah, GG." I'm gonna high five kill.
Zeke, I think you're thinking to yourself, good grief?
Yeah! Great goose!
There's no geese here, lady.
Goose of all.
So I say
Says
GG
Johan.
and you high five and be like, "There's no goose here."
And I'm gonna look at the sorcerer hiding behind the tree.
Yeah.
I'll be like, "Hey, thanks for the assist."
All right, do well. And then I use healing word again on him.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
I
'cause
said
I'm
then
a-
I use level 2 healing word
Yeah,
on him.
'cause
Just
I'm
for the
a
hell of
Yeah,
it.
14
absolutely. You all lick your wounds, you heal, and the world around you starts to cheer. And you guys hear only one person crying. It's that little boy who is crying for his mother. He's still weeping, holding onto her arm, blood pooling around him.
I'm gonna pat him on the back. It's like, it's okay. We didn't know our mothers either.
I'm gonna be like, listen. All you need in life is confidence. And I'm gonna look at Kill, right? That's what that would say. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. It's either confidence, money, or woman. But he's
When
severely
men.
lacking
The
in woman.
child looks upon you guys, tears down his eyes as the rain stop, and he has a kind of blankness in his
I'm just
eyes.
gonna
And he
like
goes- he
dab
says-
his face of the blood real
As you
quick.
do that, he says, "You all saved me. You're heroes."
I'd point out, no, they're the heroes. We're just
They got the spear on the head.
yeah,
you
we're
know?
just bystanders.
That thing, it would have killed me. My mother. Thank you. I don't know where I'm gonna go now. Where are my manners? I should introduce myself. He looks to his mother for a moment, still distraught. He goes, "My name's Gregorio."
Gregorio, is it okay if I hug you?
Please.
I give him a warm embrace.
He's crying into your breast, and he's
Double snap.
hugging you as hard as he
They're
can,
clean.
and he's just weeping tirelessly. And
I'm gonna start digging a grave.
Yeah, as Gregorio does that, and as you start digging a grave,
Then I started
we-
unpacking the boulder.
and as you do that, we move forward back to 10 years later. A number of adventures passed, new and greater gear and stories gained, and you all are climbing that mountain, the tallest mountain in all the lands. And as you get to the peak, above the clouds start to part, and you look down upon the dwarven village you were assigned to head towards, and there you see not the sprawling metropolis of the hardened dwarves, but under the great, almost gargantuan-sized statues of heroes of lore, one dwarf holding a hammer, one holding an axe, both above what is their great city, hidden among the mountains and the clouds. You see instead giants, a small army of giants, wrecking houses, playing games.
Dang
and
it.
That is where we're going to end today's session.
Oh, come on!
Yo,
You can get a one-liner.
That was my one-liner. Dang it.
My nipples hurt.
Not now, Zeke.
You guys remember when we were giants? I
Remember when
we
we
were
used to be heroes? Oh, now we gotta go fight these giants. Ugh.
All right. So, thank you, everyone who stuck with us.
The music
This
changes at the
has
perfect
been
moment.
episode 1 of Dungeons and Ducks.
Alright, guys, catch you later. The Dungeons and Ducks streaming schedule will be directly under our schedule on our Twitch channel. The next session will be
2 weeks from now?
2 weeks from now, which is August 3rd. We're going to be starting around 6 p.m., but I'm going to be posting that on our channel. Thank you. Seriously.
If you want to see art from the stream, watch Thursday. I'm going to draw some stuff. Maybe.
Yeah, this is our artist, and we're going to be posting on our Instagram soon.
I already posted on Instagram.
Oh.
Sammy, I am disturbed by
The
your
immediate
her
coverage.
Listen. His nipples hurt because of high altitude mountain
Look,
climbing.
we are high altitude mountain climbing. My character's shirtless. Nipples are in pain.
Honestly,
Yeah.
they're just another weapon for him. How else is he going to bear high?
When your
If-
nipples
if
are
they
high
can
as
cut
diamond,
diamonds.
you can cut diamonds.
I think
That's
they
what
can be
Papa
used as
always
weapons.
used to say.
Papa had a lot of weird things.
Huntress, thank you for staying so long. You are the best. I love you so much. She's from my stream.
Oh, nice.
I remember if I
To all of Lady Island's viewers, thank you for
We
checking it
love
out.
you.
We love all of you.
And to all of us...
Let me know if you want to ditch the cow costume.
No,
No.
keep the cow.
No, he's stuck in the
costume.
cow costume
Next
for the
week
rest.
I might, next week, next session I might try and wear my Snorlax costume.
Please.
Try.
I don't want to be the only
They are,
one.
after
I'll
all,
do
the
Panda.
Kaiju brothers.
The Kaiju Brothers!
Alright.
Good afternoon.
I don't know what
good-
scene to
Good
draw.
afternoon, good evening,